You know. Hello, and welcome to this very special episode of The Sausage Factory. Tonight we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of one of the most classic film masterpieces ever, the original summer blockbuster, Steven Spielberg's
1941.
Jaws. Close. I'm your moderator, Pizzal. With me tonight, I have got the voice of the Sausage Factory, B-Movie Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys? Rocking the mellow yellow for tonight's Jaws. Can't wait to get started.
Cool. Also with us tonight is Cole. What's going on, Cole?
Get it going. Some motherfucking sharks. Every week is Shark Week at my house.
Also with us tonight, wearing a Jaws t-shirt in honor of this most prestigious occasion, James, DVD Collection 1974. What's going on, man?
Represent. Nothing, man. Just can't wait for this to happen. Love this movie. Love it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Also with us tonight is Jay the Stingray. What's going on, Jay?
How's it going, everybody? Glad we could get something going here in the summer.
What are we drinking tonight, Jay?
This is lots of different varieties of Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Remember the shit they had left?
Because it's on sale.
Just pipe it in.
All the people in my office are loving the McCafe coffee. Are you done with the McCafe coffee?
Yeah, those are good. Those are good.
Yeah. Everybody in my office loves the McCafe.
It is good.
Also with us tonight is the legendary Rambo Raff. What's going on, Rambo?
Hello there, folks. I too got the mellow yellow urge, as Mr. B-Movie Mike has. And for folks out there, we just tricked your ass. We're actually watching Jaws 4: The Revenge, so hope you enjoy.
Gotcha.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Play on the Rickroll.
That'll be another. That'll be another commentary.
With
That commentary will happen, I'm sure. That commentary will
Marvin
happen.
Peeble and his fake Jamaican accent.
Yeah, man.
What? He's not Jamaican?
He did. He fooled me for like 20 years.
Motherfucker! So I guess he
also
wasn't. I guess he wasn't retarded in radio either, then, huh?
That's the wrong answer.
I don't know if that was the
It's the
same.
same
good of an
guy.
actor.
It's the same guy.
He went
Same
full
guy to me.
Never
They're
go.
both-
He is blowing my mind.
They're both.
You never go for
You never see him in the same movie.
That's true.
That's true.
They're both.
Also with us tonight is Raiho Magnifico. What's going on, Raiho?
Not much, just amped up to watch some Jaws, have a beer, chill out with you guys, talk shit.
There we go.
Good times. Always good times, man. It's always good times. Also with us tonight is B Junior. What's going on, Barry?
What's up, Skankos? What's up, crew? Drinking some Yingling Summer Week because it's Summerfest. Yeah. That's right. Hey, guys. Just
Awesome.
glad to be here. Glad to see Jaws.
And last but not least, Orc. What's going on, Orc?
What's up, players? Shout out to my boy B Junior and my dogs at the Nation. Got more swag than Kung Lao. Damn.
You've been sitting on that one for a while.
That's a good reference.
Yeah, he's
There
been
we
sitting
go.
on that one for at least a month, I think. At least a month.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jaws before?
That's a legitimate question.
I saw the third one in 3D. It was pretty epic.
Well, Orc did ask me before this show. He goes, "This is the 3D one, right?"
That's the one with Samuel L.
This is the
Jackson.
one with
One with the
LL
Quaid.
right?
It's the one with the tornado.
And LL.
It's the one where he got eaten by a motherfucking shark.
This is a motherfucking shark.
He was like, "Yeah, I love Jaws. I love that part where Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten. It's so out of nowhere. It's great.
Just
feeling."
shocking.
I love when the shark turns into an octopus.
The only ocean horror movie I watch is
And it
Trauma
can-
Double D.
And
Oh,
you can go in the sand and in the snow. He has two heads.
So how's your guys' summer been so far? We've had about a month off, and what have you guys done with your free time?
Oh man, literally just 30 minutes ago, got in from the beach.
Nice.
Oh,
Must be nice. It's still breaking 20 here if you look.
Yeah, we've had like about
I got
4
in myself
days of good
yesterday.
weather, I guess, so far. Maybe 5.
It was hot.
so you're hanging out on the
We are only a
beach.
month removed from snow, so.
So you're hanging out on the beach, B Junior, having a good time, soaking up some rays, sipping some daiquiris.
Yeah, I had to throw down a few Hulk Hogan poses. Throw down the Hogan for him out there. Represent.
Always. But the rest of you guys, how's everything going for you so far this summer?
Summer, not even summer till this weekend.
That's true.
Really?
June 21st
Still
is
spring,
the
yeah.
official first day of summer.
Good God.
Pretty much living like a hermit with the AC on.
130 degrees
Same here,
outside
man.
right now.
AC, what's
Same
that?
here, man.
What the hell? I don't need that.
What is AC?
I cracked a window and it's getting a little too chilly in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in Canada, AC is cracking a window.
It's outside, yeah.
Yeah. I do have an AC unit. It didn't get used last year.
How's the weather down in Florida, Mike?
That's one of those useless luxuries.
Well, to say it's warm would be an understatement. It's quite warm, but I enjoy that kind of thing.
Must be nice.
Spending any time on the beach?
No, I've just been working. Caught up a Jurassic World yesterday. Trying to go to some movies. Got tickets for Jaws on the big screen next week on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be a good
That's
time.
awesome. Yeah. I went and saw it last year in the theater, and it was a fun experience. Packed house, totally fun. I spent most of the time watching the crowd more than the movie, especially toward the end, because you could tell that a lot of people. It was a younger crowd. I don't think many of them probably hadn't seen the film, so I spent a lot of time watching them instead of the movie, especially toward the end. So.
Oh my God,
They were-
Jaden, the prophecy has come true. Junior's gone.
There you go.
Yes. He'll be back.
Excited.
He'll be back.
Now it
I'm
is
sure.
real.
He'll be back. How's everybody out there in Sausage Factory Nation doing so far this summer? Hope you guys are having a great time. If you've seen any good movies so far this summer, let us know in the comment section or in the comment section below. As we've done with all of our live commentaries, we've all got our copy of Jaws queued up at the very beginning of the film, whether you're watching DVD, Blu-ray, laser, VHS, very beginning, 0.00. We'll give you guys a few minutes to set up your own copy of the film so you can watch it with us in real time. Make sure to leave questions, comments for us in the comment section below. Head over to the website. Join us in our live chat. Let us know what you guys think of Jaws, its cultural impact, yada yada yada. Tell us about the first time you saw the film, so on and so forth. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Tim from the YouTube channel Jason Freddy, who made us a really cool promo for tonight's live commentary. Really cool guy. Does some awesome kind of, I guess you'd call them trolling videos from conventions. Barry and I had the pleasure of hanging out with him at Mad Monster Party earlier this year. Those videos are hilarious. Go check them out. I want to give a shout out to our buddy T-Shirt Joe over at FastCustomShirts.com, who is now the exclusive manufacturer of Sausage Factory T-shirts. Head over there and purchase your very own Sausage Factory T-shirt. Link in the description below. Our friends over at Horror Block have also been so generous as to give us a 15% off discount code for this very special occasion. If you're interested in becoming a subscriber to Horror Block, follow the link in the description, use the promo code, and get 15% off your first month subscription. So, yeah, very cool stuff. Let me ask you guys, before we dive into Jaws, how many of you guys have seen Jurassic World?
I have.
I have.
Okay. Cole, I know you're a huge Jurassic Park fan. How do you rank Jurassic Park? Or what were your thoughts on Jurassic Park? Just put it that way. Where do you rank it in the pantheon of Jurassic Park films?
Probably the second best movie, actually. I mean, not that that's too hard, because the other two are really bad. I mean, the main success of the movie for me was just playing on the nostalgia of the first movie, because they, there's a lot of, they use a lot of the same music and stuff like that, and you're back on Isla Nublar again, and, there's references to the old park and stuff, so that's kind of the stuff I enjoyed the most. It's never going to stand up to the original. It's not based on a great novel or anything. That's, by the way, which is really the tragedy of the second one. The second one also had a great novel that they just threw out the window and shit all over, which really bothers me. But this one, so this one has to introduce all these characters that are just made up for the sake of the movie, and they're not strong characters the way they are, again, because they're not based on, good characters from a good novel. They're just characters that were pulled out of thin air, and I don't really think any of them are good. I don't think any of them are bad. I didn't find any characters in the movie that really, I thought were bad or, shitty. I just thought, there were no really good, strong characters either. But that's okay, because the movie's mostly about the eye candy. I must say, like, the vision of the park, it is sort of cool in a way. Like, I never wanted them to fetch Jurassic Park again in a way. And one of the great things about the books and stuff is, like, it was a dream that was never realized. Seeing the dream realized is actually pretty fucking cool. I really wish the park was real. I really do. The park impressed the hell out of me. All the great attractions and stuff, like, I really liked it. I was like, I would go to that park in a second if I had to spend all the money I had in the world. Like, I thought, like, the park was awesome. I mean, then you have to get down to business again of, stuff going wrong and dinosaurs getting out. And again, as we talked about before the movie, and we all knew, like, they had to they had to keep upping the ante. So for this, they invented a new dinosaur that is really the main villain in this. And what's funny about the movie is the movie just points that out for itself. You've got characters saying, why did we do this? What was the point? So it's kind of weird to see the characters ask the same questions the audience asked. They're like, why the fuck did you make a new dinosaur in the first place? What was the reason? And there's never really a good reason given.
Well, it's always they're talking about every time they come up with a new attraction, park attendance peaks, and they have to feel like they have to keep upping themselves and going beyond. But there's also that whole evil InGen thing, where they're going to militarize the dino force and all this kind of stuff.
I thought it was kind of odd. Really, I thought it was weird. And
that was a weird role for Private Pile.
Is that who that was?
Yeah, that's who that was.
And like I said, I just had a hard time with a lot of the characters and the actors. They just seemed out of place. Like, I'm just so used to a set universe with, like, Alan Grant and, those people. So seeing these other people sort of freaks me out, weirds me out. Also, the first movie has the distinction of only taking place in the park. And the only shot that's outside the park are a cantina in somewhere in Costa Rica and San Jose, and of course the dinosaur dig in the Badlands. Everything else is there. So the movie, like, starts in, like, suburban America only for a second and goes to the airport. And I know this shouldn't matter, but it was weird to me. I was like, I'm seeing things outside the park and in the real world. It felt weird because the other movies didn't do that. At least maybe the third movie did, but who gives a shit? But that's not bad or anything. So there was a lot I liked about it. There's a really weird line at the beginning that, again, really doesn't make sense, where, like, one of the guys in the main command center is wearing an original Jurassic Park t-shirt, from that first bit of merchandise they're going to set out, and, like, his supervisor or whatever calls him out on it and he's like, I got it on eBay, it was really expensive, and she's just like, don't you think that's in bad taste? And I'm like, really? You think him wearing the shirt is bad taste? Well, what's all this? Isn't this all in terrible taste then?
The movie's in bad taste.
I mean, really. So I just thought that was really weird and funny. But, I mean, still, I like the movie. Chris Pratt's not too bad. I mean, he's kind of the new it guy. Everybody thinks he's awesome. People just want to see him everywhere. So, fine. And that whole training or after thing, they did it in a way that wasn't nearly as stupid as I thought it would be. So, it's still probably not great, but it wasn't nearly the sideshow I thought it would be. So overall, I was pretty happy, and I think it's still a great movie to see in the theater. I don't know if it's a movie like being on TV you're really going to care that much about, but it was a really good time in the theater. And again, I'm hearing like the music, bum 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 bum, all that stuff. And for those of us that were really into the movies, there's good stuff. They talk about John Hammond, and of course, there's one returning character who I guess most people in the audience I was with didn't know. Because when I saw Woo, I said, Woo! And I gave a little bit of applause, and I think people just looked at me funny. They were like, what? Because I was just happy to see somebody from the first movie. There was Woo. But anyway.
Well, we'll definitely, I think we'll definitely talk more about it. I'll throw a spoiler out there for you guys. We're going to do like a summer movie recap toward the end of this summer. So we'll definitely talk more in depth about Jurassic World, and I'm sure quite a few other movies.
But really quickly, anybody else who saw it, did anybody dislike it?
No, I loved it.
I loved it. I thought there were a few annoying characters, and the whole divorced family element was kind of just shoehorned in there to try to give it some feels. And it felt, I don't know, kind of just tacked on. But other than that, I thought
there's tacked on stuff for the sake of the script. It's not really the greatest script when they just have to throw things in on the fly. Like when these aren't spoilers. I don't think people have to worry. Like the two boys, he's like, you still have those matches? Like, why would this kid have matches? Because it's convenient for the plot. He's like, remember when we worked on Dad's truck or whatever, blah, blah, blah? Well, because it's convenient for the plot, They just, to me, those are the hallmarks of not really good writing and not very strong scripts when they just have to throw things in. Because you know how it is. They wrote themselves into this part. And then they were like, wait a minute. Why? Wait, that doesn't really make sense. And they were like, oh, and then they, come up with something to explain it, so.
There are a few of those moments, and this person has to be dealt with before this person can do what they're supposed to do to advance the plot, and you kind of see that coming in a couple of areas.
And again, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean,
no, it's very good. It's a great summertime movie-going experience.
I've held off on seeing it in the theater because it's been the crowds have been crazy here. Even like a Saturday matinee, like the day after it opened, I saw a picture one of my coworkers had posted on Facebook, and the line was like around the block for a Saturday afternoon matinee. So I was like, I'll wait.
Yeah,
I'll wait an extra week before I
think that's when I saw it, Saturday afternoon.
It's already surpassed the Avengers. So,
everybody that I've heard who's seen it, they really like it. Everybody who I've talked to about it have just sang its praises. So
Yeah,
I've not heard one negative thing about it.
Keep going till December. You got till December to prove your point, and then you're going to get smashed.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
what is that?
Star Wars.
Oh shit.
No, that's when that new Uwe Boll movie that he's been crowdfunding. Yeah. So it's gonna just smash all box office records.
That happened too during when we weren't having a show. That video, just his channel is epic on YouTube. Sub to it if you haven't already. He's like, this movie's a fucking retarded. If you fucking watch him, you're fucking dog shit to me. Fuck you.
I can't believe the guy's responsible for some of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That video is better than any movie he's ever made.
It's made him more money too.
I'm sure. He's devastated by the fact that that people won't fund his next catastrophe. Really? You've made the worst movies ever, and you're shocked that people won't pay you to make more. I mean, come on, man.
He's like the modern day Ed Wood.
Rampage 1 and 2 are actually pretty good. I watched the second one the other day. So.
Never seen.
I'd love to see the third one.
It's got Uwe Boll on it. I'm not watching it. Nah, I've got better things to do. I don't know.
So it's your kryptonite.
Fucking retarded wizard in the forest.
My favorite quote from that video was I've got enough money to play golf for the rest of my life anyway, so F you.
Yeah. Then go do that, please.
Just
go play golf.
Do directing.
Just stop making movies.
Please don't make a movie about you playing golf.
You're made out like a bandit in this stupid retarded society virus. You failed upwards over and over again. Just be happy with it. Now go away.
Well, he's been funded by the mafia, right? That's how he's made all these movies.
Well, I figured it was like Nazi gold or something that he stumbled upon or something like that. I actually heard somebody was telling me that it was some kind of weird, like Germany has this weird tax shelter where if you invest in a movie, you can write off 100% of it, and if the movie doesn't make a profit, you can write off like a ton of money. And people know you put money in a Uwe Boll movie, it's not making nothing in return. So it was like this weird German tax shelter for rich people. That's what I heard. That's how he got all those movies made, because it was just the weird tax laws over in Germany. So, anyway.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Who wants to watch Jaws now?
Put it on.
Screw that. Let's not watch it.
I'm tired now.
Let's watch House of the Dead instead. What the hell?
Oh,
Here it is.
I'm down with Uwe.
Hate commentary for.
Uwe for president.
Let's get him on the sausage factory.
He would. He would. I'm sure he would.
Virtually.
Let's
He would.
jump
if
him
you wanna
in.
fight us off.
He could personally tell all of us to go fuck ourselves.
yep.
Yeah, we'll do a
I'm
live
sure he will.
commentary of House of the Dead with him in here.
Just make him
What were you
apologize the whole
thinking?
time.
We're coming for you, Uwe.
He's like, this was the most brilliant film ever made. You Americans are too stupid to understand its brilliance. Anyway, enough about Uwe Boll. Let's watch Jaws.
We could continue with that for a while.
Yeah,
Sure.
please do the commentary like that.
this giant shark movie, stupid movie.
Set your audio to German.
That's a robot.
This movie needs Tara Reid.
Robot shark.
Where's Tara Reid?
This movie needs Christian Slater and Tara Reid.
Brilliant.
And a chainsaw.
All right, guys, watch the movie along with us. Leave questions, comments for us in the comment section of the video. Tweet us at TSF Nation during the film. Join us in the live chat over on the SausageFactoryShow.com. Hope you guys have your copy of Jaws queued up at the very beginning, 0.00. We're going to go ahead and press play. We're going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and press play now. And mind those volumes, people. Mind those volumes.
I have no idea what my volume's at. Hear nothing.
Are you stupid Americans afraid of a fish? It's just a fish. I eat fish.
We got the
Don't
Universal
teach me, I
photo
need
coming up.
I've got
that
Zanuck
right?
Brown production now.
I've got Zanuck Brown production
God
right
damn
now.
it. I'm already fucked up.
Get
Jason, watch
on the
it.
ball, Jay. Come on.
You're gonna miss everything.
Stream it.
But you need the authentic. Some things just
Oh, here
don't
we go.
translate. The French title for Jaws is Les Dents de la Mer, which is what, Ryan?
The teeth of the sea.
Yes. Somehow that's not as good.
It makes sense in a way. It makes sense in a way.
Makes sense in a way. Yeah. I have the music up a little bit. I hope it doesn't interfere, but I just can't not hear that score.
Oh, that score is so brilliant.
Yeah.
So brilliant.
Look at them. They all deserve to die.
They do.
Look at them. They're free love.
Damn hippies.
Make me sick.
If it was a sand shark, it already got him.
The 60s have been over for years.
Why wasn't it a sand shark?
This is a part where Jason comes out and kills everyone.
That would be the
That's a
opportunity.
left-handed cigarette there.
The left-handed cigarette.
Ooh, a special cigarette. This guy's so cool. Smoking
brought his
a beer
own
in one
coffee.
hand.
Oh, it's a cup. I thought it was a coffee cup. Who drinks coffee on the fucking beach?
I think we know he has a very spectacular beard.
Chrissy!
An opportunity. Hot chick sitting all
I
by
bet-
herself. What the hell? That never happens.
I met her at a convention a few years ago.
Seems like a shitty party too.
She a slut?
Yeah. Everyone's like doped out of their minds or something. They're all just sitting there.
So apparently they've been running for a few hours
Shitty
now.
party, what are you talking about?
Have they been running for hours? I mean, I always
Well,
think that Jaws has no flaws, no rhyme intended, but if there's a flaw here, it's that suddenly it's a lot brighter out.
Yeah, it's day for night shots, not exactly.
I'd like to think that they've been running, they've just been running like this all night.
Well,
They've been falling
keep
in
in
love
mind-
and running for hours and hours.
Well,
Well,
God
a
lightened
lot of-
everything up because he
There we
wants to
go.
see them titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and a lot of us are probably
That's
watching
true.
this on Blu-ray too. and
If Jaws
Blu-ray
does
is-
have a flaw, it's that
It
they're,
is pretty clear.
Blu-ray does bring out some flaws.
yeah, suddenly it's a lot darker again.
Yeah, I saw some side boob there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
You're going to
classic
see a
kind.
lot more.
Where are we
You're
at,
gonna see a
guys?
lot more.
Jump back in. Where are we at?
We're at 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
In mine, she's about to get bit for the first time.
Chrissy is in the water.
I have the subtitles on and it's hysterical.
And there's the full frontal.
Fuck.
We'll probably get to see a lot more here when Jaws comes straight up through her crotch. So.
Jaws is a real crotch sniffer.
Yes.
He's ready to eat like most guys would eat.
Sure.
Nice.
Nice. And sharks.
Here he comes. Here he comes up to the crotch. Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun. There's number one.
Boom.
I think that I'd be freaking out a little bit more right now. There we go.
That's more full freak out. There
That's
we go.
more like.
There you go.
Full on.
I just like.
I always
I'm
thought.
not afraid of things underwater, but if something all of a sudden, like I was swimming at night and it brushed up against me, I'd probably be like.
I totally am afraid of
motoring.
things underwater. That's all I can think about when I swim.
I am
What's
because of
underneath
this
me?
movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's
Well,
one of
maybe
the.
warranted.
One of the
I'm actually afraid of the things that would never touch me. I'm afraid of the things that are at the very bottom of this, like the Marianas Trench. So I don't know why that bothers me, because they're as far as physically possible, and yet that's what I think about when I'm in the water. I think of those horrible alien spider things and things like that.
Well, she was when she was doing the ADR for this. They did it in a studio, and like Steven Spielberg just brought her a bucket of water and just made her dunk her head in the water and scream. And apparently she did it so well that Richard Dreyfuss was there and he got like physically ill listening to her scream and gurgle and so.
I see our hero. No, that's not our hero.
Lorraine Gary?
Yeah.
She's the hero?
Part 4. She's the hero.
Jaws revenge, bitch.
I know.
Hell,
All the movies
flashback
have her
that
great
somehow she
journal.
knew.
I'm at 5.5 minutes, Jay.
Jesus.
Look at that ferocious dog, man.
I'm
Gonna eat
like a
his
minute
ass.
ahead of you guys, and I think I'm behind you.
Jay is somehow
We just met-
outside
we
of
just
the
met
time
Brody.
stream.
I'm at 5:47.
They're talking about the yard and the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too far from the car.
Well, you guys, I mean, you mentioned a great thing about this movie. I think it's one of those primordial fears of, because you're going in the ocean, which is totally unknown. You can't see what's going on beneath you. So you have that fear of the unknown. Then you have the fear of being eaten alive. So you put those two things together, and I mean, already you just, you've tapped into two just very primordial human fears.
Shark attacks do happen. There was just, what, 2 South Carolina?
All the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the day we got down there just this past week, guys, they had the beaches closed the first day. They had sharks in the water.
Here's something for you. Global warming. In Nova Scotia, we now have great white sharks in the water.
Fucking A.
There you go. Global warming is real. It's not a myth.
Yeah, I was just telling my wife the other day, like, it was amazing that I didn't ever get bit by a shark, because I used to just go all the way out there, Couldn't even, like, see the land anymore.
then when I lived in Florida the first time, I would go out to Cocoa Beach and I would just swim until I couldn't see land anymore.
Yeah.
And never once. I'm sure there were sharks around, but they didn't mess with them.
But, I mean, like, look at satellite photos, man. Those damn things are everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they say that if a shark attacks you, it either mistakes you for something else, or it's old and you're the only prey that it can catch and eat. So it's like old or sick or something.
Regardless, though, even if it's just testing you out, it's going to take a leg.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, they say if you get bitten by a shark, the best thing to do is to punch it right in the dick.
Right in the shark dick.
Right in the claspers.
Yeah.
Coming up on
Same for female sharks?
Yes.
coming up
Throw
on the
sand right in
Vermont.
that vagina.
There are no female sharks.
right in the shark gina.
Oh, God.
One thing that Jaws does really good, man, it's they kind of do the John Carpenter approach. It's what you don't see in this movie that really makes it work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's kind of where the shark not working all the time happened to just fall into his favor.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be interesting to see what it would have been like if the shark did work properly?
Yeah.
It would
Well,
have been like lots more of it, I guess.
Yeah, in the original script of the film, the first thing you saw was the shark. So yeah,
You had to do POVs to kind of fake it.
They worked so well, though.
It not really work.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
she has both kinds of crabs.
She's got crabs.
Now she's got both kinds.
See, I think that's a mistake that a lot of modern horror movies make, is they show too much of the creature.
I'm watching this with the closed caption on, and I don't understand why deaf people know that the seagulls are making noise.
Yeah.
I'm watching it with it too, and they put everything. Door open, door
Hey.
closed.
He's drinking, man.
Hey, the door just open.
There must be like some Alka-Seltzer in this.
Yeah.
Water.
We just lost our percentage of viewers there,
My
James.
stomach was a little upset.
Oh, I love this Brody.
They're watching us with closed captioning right now.
Well, if they're using YouTube's closed caption, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're,
Good luck with that.
YouTube's closed captioning is actually pretty funny. So
Yeah,
if you've never
it's
tried
comedy.
YouTube's closed captioning, try it. It's pretty funny.
It'll never pierce my Canadian dialect.
Yeah, this is one of those movies when I worked at a video store, I would always play this because it was PG and it was always rewatchable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a movie that I used to watch. I recorded it off television on a VHS tape that I recorded over probably 1 million times, and I would watch it constantly. It's constantly.
This is a movie I didn't actually fully appreciate till I was an adult. You guys know the story. I'm not going to tell the story now. Maybe I'll tell the story when the movie's concluded about how I saw it during the Atlantic Film Festival about 7 or 8 years ago, and that's really what made the difference for me. I mean, it was a movie I always liked, but anyway, yeah, I'll save that for later.
I've always been kind of fascinated with sharks, so a big shark movie was right up my alley. It just so happens that this big shark movie was really, really good. So.
I have to mention rest in peace, Mr. Roy Scheider, one of my favorite actors.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
A lot of films.
Great
I loved
actor.
him. Loved him in
Great actor.
Blue Thunder and this film and this French Connection, some of the others.
French Connection, yeah, great in the French Connection. Well, I mean, the only one of the main cast who's still alive is Dreyfus.
Yep.
Yeah, of the three.
Robert Shaw passed away. Yeah.
Did you guys see him, the cameo he does in the Piranha remake, the first one?
Yeah.
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 It was kind of lame, I thought.
There's actually a really cool video on YouTube of Richard Dreyfuss on a talk show where he meets Robert Shaw's granddaughter, and he gets really emotional about meeting her and talking to her about her grandfather. It's a really nice video. Look it up on YouTube. It's a really nice video.
I love that guy's jacket. I want it.
Anybody ever go on one of those little ferry things?
Nope.
No.
Never been on.
Yeah, I've been on something like that.
No.
Plenty of times.
Plenty of times out here. That's just part of life out here.
It's a shame. It's a shame that the Jaws ride is closed at Universal now too. That was such an amazing ride.
Yeah.
I was
the other thing
I always
relate to-
wanted to go to Universal. That's why I want to see more than Disney.
Is that I also grew up on an island that was all about tourists, getting tourists in the summer. That was a big part of, our.
Still is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. So it's a movie that I can relate to on that. That is a big deal to get tourist dollars in the summer when you live on an island.
Yeah. I was going to say one of the greatest disappointments of my life was I'd always wanted to ride the Jaws ride at Universal Studios. The year I finally go to Universal Studios is the same year they decommission the ride.
Oh,
So,
I wrote it.
I rode it one year, probably 10 or 15 times in a row. There was no line. I could get off and get right back on it.
So
The year
did they-
I went.
Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead. No, go ahead.
So the year I went, it was actually closed for repairs or something, so I didn't get to go on it.
I actually got to ride the original King Kong ride too before they shut it down. It was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, that's what I remember the most vivid. I mean, I was a pretty young kid. So it's a long
Apparently
time
now
ago.
there's a new one going to be.
That's
Yep, they're working on it. It's going to be Islands of Adventure.
that's really the ride I remember best about Universal Studios was the King Kong one.
I was a
the-
pass holder back when they shut down the
God,
first
when was that?
King Kong.
That would have been like 1989, I guess.
I got to take one of the last rides on King Kong because I was a pass holder at that time.
That's
That's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Cool. The guy in the the guy in the blue jacket who was next to the mayor and shot her there, that was Carl Gottlieb. And if you guys are fans of Jaws, you should pick up this book, The Jaws Log, written by Carl Gottlieb. He was also the screenwriter of the film. So this is a really nice book, kind of a companion piece to the film, because there's lots of nice stories and stuff in here about the making of the film, because he was on set pretty much every day.
Nice. Very nice. I think one of the things too that makes the movie so effective is like everything is so serene and like calm on the surface. Like when they have all the scenes, it's just like bright blue skies as far as you can see, and everything's
Right.
so like mundane. And then when you get in the water, the music hits, and it's thrashing,
Exactly.
and it's this and it's that. And it's,
I had heard that Spielberg cut down quite a lot out of this scene where the kid gets killed because it was quite graphic.
Yeah.
He felt that
Right.
involving a kid, it was kind of uncalled for.
Yeah, that's the thing about Spielberg. I mean, you always assume he's just this happy-go-lucky guy, but he seemed to make a movie where ripping hearts out, or a movie where, hey, the kid and the dog die, which is like the taboo.
Right.
Or you can't kill him.
Yeah.
You got a dark side of him. Don't.
I'd like to see him just like
Well, he did do Schindler's List.
I'd like to see him just make a movie he wants to make, like just a crazy sci-fi or something, instead of these huge budget, summer blockbuster movies that he does now.
Yeah. Well, you guys have all seen Duel, right? His first film, a TV movie. You guys have all seen that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I own that.
Yeah, that's a really good one. He actually, he actually thought that Jaws was kind of a sequel to Duel, set at sea. That like the truck in Duel and Jaws were kind of similar in a way.
Yeah, it's possible. It's kind of like how
Yeah.
if you'd done one more, sometimes when directors do they make loose unofficial trilogies of movies,
Right.
even though they're not connected. Like I can't think of any now, but the Italian director did like Cat o' Nine Tails, and the other that's part of his Animal trilogy and stuff,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Too bad he
Yeah,
didn't have one more sort of thriller thing in him. Oh,
I think even
You
Spielberg,
know, he made
when the
That-
shark dies, he actually used when the truck gets destroyed in Duel, he actually used that noise effect for when the shark
Oh, yeah.
dies. But he mixed it a bit.
think
yeah,
that guy's
That's
still
cool.
alive? I bet she's still alive.
Probably.
The reindeer.
got
The old
sea
guy
salt in his veins.
The old guy that swims.
Yeah.
That's some bad hat, Harry.
Well, and you guys mentioned how kind of graphic this scene is. Having seen the movie so many times, the TV version,
Yeah.
it was later in my life that I actually saw this version, and I was like, oh, because I'd seen it so many times, seeing this part where the kids just that the bubbling of blood all around him and him screaming was kind of a shock, because
You can kind of see the
Seeing
shark a
this
little
scene.
bit.
Ooh, look at
yeah,
that.
you can see the shark kind of turn over, yeah.
Is that a...
Oh.
Here it comes.
Like,
I love that push
Is it never-
there right there.
because it never showed that or like the kid being dragged under with blood everywhere. It never showed that in like the TV version.
Hitchcock.
Yep.
It's,
If I saw the water pumping blood, I wouldn't think to run into the water.
Some of them are laughing.
Yeah.
You see that? This is fun.
In the movie. It don't sound wrong, but I like the fact that there's a lot of people who look normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A
Well,
lot
I
of
think
people just
the-
look normal.
yeah, exactly.
These are people from most of these are just people from the town, from Martha's Vineyard, who are
Yeah.
just kind of there,
Now it's just all supermodel.
Exactly.
I knitted my own hat.
The kids in this movie always make me think of the old episodes of Sesame Street I used to watch because they were like 70s kids and they look like these kids.
Ooh, $3,000.
$3,000. Let's see what that
So
would be
would you
today.
go for it?
That's
Would you
like
go for that reward?
$60,000 today.
That's like $1 million.
That's like $1 million today, yeah.
If you were there, would you go for that reward? Would you say fuck and go for it?
Me,
Sure,
no.
sure.
God,
3,000.
God, no.
He kind of looks like Rob
Plenty of
Reiner.
people do.
I fucking hate
He does look a little like Rob Reiner there, yeah.
Rob Reiner. Should have been in this
I'd
movie.
let that shark bite my leg off for $3,000 right now, man.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Should have had his character from All in the Family in this movie. That would have made it better.
Where's me at?
Too bad this didn't happen in Archie Bunker's town. He
No,
could have went after
Archie
the shark.
Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker would have.
Archie Bunker could have put his armchair on the boat.
Archie
Archie Bunker would have.
He would have called
Archie
the
would've
shark a bunch of
swam out
racist
to the
names
water.
until it
The
died.
Cool thing is, I've seen his chair. It's actually in the Smithsonian.
Yes, I saw it there too.
Oh, really?
Dark is
Yeah.
it's faded.
Wow.
I guess it's faded. Just like Fonzie's jacket isn't as dark as what's on it.
Yeah.
$3,000 today would be $13,215.86.
American.
Oh, wow.
So that's
That's
like
USD.
once again, that's like $200,000 here.
That's like $200,000 worth of
Yeah.
bacon here.
$2,000 of your stupid quarters that won't work in my fucking pop machine.
Your quarters work here.
Same thing here.
They just
That's
fall
enough to buy
through.
the fly of moose head in.
That's how I met my second girlfriend. We were at I've been on a school trip to Boston with the school band, and I had a bunch of American money, and I was learning how to drive, and I was at the driver's ed class, and I was down by the pop machine on one of the brakes, and all I had was American quarters, and they kept dropping through, and I was like cursing and kicking the machine, and she came over and gave me change.
Fucking A.
Freaking American.
That's the only good story I have for meeting a girlfriend. All the rest are boring and
Thought you were going to
mundane.
say about Americans.
Yeah, my only use for Americans was that their dumb money got me in an indirect way to meet my second girlfriend.
Their dumb money was too valuable for our pop machines.
Exactly.
Here he is. Eating his crackers.
Drawing his cartoons.
I know, he could have been a really good cartoonist. Look at that. Could have made like a comic strip about that shark. You just need to team it up with something random.
We're not talking Tommy cards.
I'll get you the whole damn thing.
I mean, another strength of the movie is that it's so well cast. The three leads are so good. I mean, this guy,
Absolutely.
he just
Yeah.
is the sea, you know?
Yes, yes. If you cut him, seawater would flow from the wound.
Exactly. I mean, you got like the three sort of archetypes as far as like for solving, you know, there's a problem, and there's sort of like the three ways to do it. And he's the traditional old way, kind of representing tradition and religion and mysticism. Then you've got the new way, which is science, and you know, represented by what's his name, and then Roy Scheider. And Roy Scheider is the common man. And it's actually the common man sort of that triumphs in the end.
And Robert Shaw is so good in everything. In taking the Palin 1, 2, 3, man, he is just right on, just as well as this.
Yeah, he steals the show in this for me.
Yeah.
As much as I love Richard Dreyfuss as an actor, you know, this guy is just great.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hazardous area. Why? That's more political, bureaucratic bullshit. You're supposed to put up man-eating shark. Just like, well, I mean, the movie is obviously sort of a more modern and condensed version of Moby Dick. I mean, a lot of people know that. because obviously. But the other thing gets compared to is there's a play by Henrik Ibsen, the European playwright. He's the guy that did, like A Doll's House and a few other things like that. I can't remember. Suddenly I can't remember, but A Doll's House is the one that always leaps to mind. But there's one called An Enemy of the People, and I read it, and it's about a small town doctor in a town that's near the sea. And even though it's like the 19th century, again, it's still, they rely on tourists, and there's a place where people go to like swim and stuff, and the whole thing is it gets contaminated and people start getting sick. And the doctor knows this and figures it out, but none of the politicians in the town and stuff will believe him or listen to him because they don't care, because they want to keep it open, obviously, for reasons. So it's another sort of interesting parallel that Jaws has.
Has anyone read the Peter Benchley book?
Yes.
Many years ago. I don't really remember it anymore.
Yeah, I've read it a couple times.
I didn't know he wrote it years ago. I just had no idea. I used to watch Jaws on A&E. Used to be on all the time. And I remember the big TV event in like the 90s. Peter Benchley's The Beast.
That's right.
I remember that.
That's what I found out. I watched The Beast.
One called The Creature the other day. Peter Benchley's The Creature.
Or Craig T. Nelson, yeah.
Yeah, with Craig T. Nelson in it. It was basically a shark that can walk.
Have any of you guys read Benchley's novel, Jaws?
Yes.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Same here. Vastly different than the film, I think. A lot of subplots. I think the movie kept it a pretty much, straightforward adventure movie.
Yeah.
I think originally one of these two people were supposed to be Joe Spinell.
Oh, wow.
So it didn't work out because there's that, because he knew Spielberg, because there's the thing where the Spielberg heard the Oscars and he didn't get nominated, and Joe Spinell was with Spielberg and they actually filmed it, and Spinell was like, "Oh, I can't believe Spielberg didn't get nominated." Actually, watch it.
I've seen that. I've seen that, as a matter of fact. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So I think he was actually supposed to be one of these two, but I don't know what happened.
Forgot all about that.
It seems odd to me that this is even though it makes sense this is the first time they've had like a big shark attack, that this is the first time he's educated himself in any way about sharks. I mean, considering where he lives.
He was from New York. Yeah, he was from New York.
Right.
Just
moved. Right. Yeah. Because, I mean, I know that's supposed to be sort of thing. He was never really into the water or much of a swimmer and stuff like that.
Did you guys like the book, the Jaws?
I guess so.
It's not one of my favorite books ever, but yeah. I only read it because I love the movie. I was interested in that.
I think, I read it because I was curious because of the movie.
From what I remember, I didn't like it as much as the movie. I thought the characters were a lot more negative and unlikable in the book.
Right. I think it wasn't like Richard Dreyfuss cheated on Roy Scheider's wife or something?
Yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss. Love triangle thing going on.
She wrote his wife, yeah. And actually, he died.
I'm glad they didn't use that because it just takes away from what they're trying to show us here with this shark.
Yeah.
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 There's subplots about the mob, and
there's
subplots about the mob and all kinds of stuff. And
no, I don't know if you guys are to the scene where Jaws is pulling the.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, here's a mistake to me, because Jaws is how big and how far is he from the shore and how long was the chain? He should be up on the beach. You know what I mean? He's just it's a really long chain. It's a really big shark. It's just
there was a hole there, a valley.
A valley. Yeah, just right there.
That thought's crossed my mind before too, Mike. But
maybe it was quite a long chain, so that it should have been a lot farther behind him.
But maybe it wasn't Jaws.
Yeah, maybe.
It was his baby for the second one.
Maybe it was Jaws 2.
Yeah.
It was the shark that would be in the Sea World later on.
Wait a minute, we're watching Roger.
I love that guy who just walks out and gets a goopy ass.
We're watching Piranha, yes.
It's just like.
Arrgh.
Oh, check out this guy. This guy's awesome, man.
Yeah.
The harbor master.
Yeah.
eating his cornflakes.
Do what?
I mean, what's great about this movie too is, I mean, it shouldn't have worked. You know, it was over budget, it was over schedule. The shark didn't work. You know, it was all this pressure on Steven Spielberg. This was only his second feature film, and I mean, not only does it work, but I mean, it works.
It blew up.
Well, Spielberg was extremely lucky that it was a hit because his career was pretty much over at this tanked.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask
Triumph.
if you made this film today, would it work today? Would they wait long enough to get into the story, or is it they want it too fast?
Can you take the two piano notes?
I guess
and
it
then put
depends
rap
upon
music
who
over
did
it?
it.
If they made it today,
Yeah.
see, this movie, the thing about this movie is, like I was saying before, you have the screen on top, you have whatever. You have really great characters, dialogue, and great actors on the top that have, like, they wouldn't do a movie with all these great characters and, you know, that great, I mean, I won't talk about them yet, but the great scenes at the end with the three guys, like, they wouldn't have that. It would all be about the shark eating people. The shark would eat, like, 60 people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be, like...
The state we're in, the shock value now is different than it was then. This actually scares people, and it works back in the 70s. Today, you're right. They have to have blood and mayhem, or it's just not going to be scary.
Not only that, but the movie to me feels like 1975. I mean, I kind of remember 1975, and the technology, the knowledge of sharks in the ocean. I mean, compared to what we know now, they didn't know a whole lot. So a lot of that played into, the movie script, and I don't think. Well, really, the information that's available and the technology that's available, I don't think the characters would have had the same options. They'd had a lot more options, and we wouldn't have had the same story with the same characters. Because really, Quint is, those type of people have gone the way of the dinosaur, really.
Yeah.
They died
It
off.
would be a vastly different movie in tone and theme. We'd see the shark way too much. It'd be all CGI. It just,
They just
Yeah.
they don't know how to write good characters anymore.
Shut.
Yeah. It'd be Michael Bay film with like Shia LaBeouf as Chief Brody.
Don't encourage them. They're watching.
Megan Fox is Hooper.
Megan Fox as Chief Brody's.
Let's flare off of like $1 million yacht. Bunch of scantily clad women dancing, drinking champagne. They all fall off the boat and get eaten.
The Orca would be like, the Orca would be a $3 billion yacht.
Pimped out.
Quint would be played by
Ryan Gosling.
Channing
Ryan
Tatum.
Gosling. Channing Tatum. He'd be played by Channing Tatum. Yeah.
Hooper would have had a submersible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hooper would be played by like Michael Cera or something. Jonah Hill maybe.
Yeah. There you go.
Wait, is this a Michael Bay film, or is this a... We're getting all over the board here.
We are, yeah. We lost it.
I don't think Michael Bay would touch Jonah Hill or Michael Cera with a 10-foot pole.
I think I don't know about that.
I don't know, man. He was enamored with Shia LaBeouf there for a while.
Yeah, but I don't think Shia LaBeouf is in any way comparable to those two. Maybe except for age. But they've done vastly different work.
That much is true.
It's all it's all sucked though. So.
Yeah, I have a point. Suck
High
is
five.
Oh.
High five.
I don't agree with that.
Nicole's a big fan of Magic Mike.
Mike XL.
That movie is awesome. I love the part where the guy just starts dancing in the middle of the store.
Does that happen?
No, in the new preview for that double XL, this guy's in the store, and all of a sudden he starts like grinding on a pop machine. I'm like, what is going on here? Is this a movie?
Not a movie.
Oh my God.
That's it.
What? There was that guy from True Blood, the werewolf guy.
That's every weekend grinding on a pop machine.
I was just like, I just saw the preview for it. I was sitting there like scratching my head. I don't understand.
I still can't believe that's the title. Like, I thought somebody was just making fun of Orc when they threw that out.
Oh, fuck you.
No, seriously, we were doing a show, and you weren't there, and somebody was like, he's on, and they were like, he's on the set of the Magic Mike sequel, Double XL, and I was like,
Wait.
oh, they're making fun of Orc.
No,
Did one of these guys
shoot?
shoot an arrow into this shark?
Yeah,
I just know there's a fucking arrow in the shark.
A hatchet.
So I actually had a bow and arrow.
That's
Coast beer.
Savages.
I never know that before. So we put a bow and arrow in the
I
shark.
was like, let's go bow
There's
hunting.
two of them. He's got one, two.
Marine style. I'm sure that's a big thing, marine bow hunting.
it better be a thing.
It is a real thing.
Of course it is. Every kind of hunting's a thing.
Because some guy out there was like, I've
Bloodthirsty.
killed enough animals in the
It's not
sea
enough
with
to just
guns.
shoot things. I need to drive an arrow into its skull.
I need real challenge.
Only in America.
I believe it.
God bless America.
That's the other thing, though. I mean, this big spectacle, like how happy everybody is, just an excuse to kill something.
Gentlemen, here's to dancing with bow-legged women.
The tiny shot. What?
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 That guy. Shoot your freaking head in there.
Oh, what?
How about I stick your freaking head in there?
5,000 meat eater.
Just like how in today's currency, the mayor's suit would be like $1 million today.
Yeah, no,
That's a
no
I had
public
to-
official would go out with a shirt like that, and
$10,000.
especially
I know.
pink underneath.
Plymouth
I
asked
want the
for
mayor's ticket.
44,000.
That's better than anything Kanye West ever wore.
I wish Kanye West could eat by a shark.
He had leather sweatpants, though.
Oh, he was Aquaman for a while.
He can't. No, never mind. I'll keep that one on. I'll back off that.
We're doing Jaws here.
That was easy.
Yeah.
So, do you guys remember the first time you saw Jaws? Can you guys remember that?
No, not really, because it was one of the, I mean, it was just one of those movies that was on TV so much. Like, I can't remember the first time I sat down and watched it, like, sort of start to finish.
Actually, the first time I saw it was when Jaws 2 was released. They did this thing where they re-released Jaws first before they brought out Jaws 2. And I actually got to see it in the theater before Jaws 2. So that was pretty cool.
Directly before?
Yeah, well, I saw Deep Blue Sea in theater, so same thing.
Touche.
Touche. Why don't you just go to bed, Mike?
You're not going to impress us with all this.
This coming up's for you.
I was asked a question.
Oh! He did not
Damn.
deserve that. His hands are tied by the bureaucrat.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you saw Jaws, Rambo, or Raiho?
What's that?
The first time you saw
Do you guys remember?
Jaws.
No, it's kind of similar to Cole. Like, it used to be on. It's one of those movies. Like I mentioned it a couple of times. A&E used to play really good movies like on Sundays, but they play the same ones all the time.
Yeah. It was definitely like some Sunday afternoon that I watched.
Yeah, like you'd be sitting back, turkey dinner or something like that, maybe, and watch Jaws. and and I can remember watching it so many times like that. Because again, like Rambo said, PG movie, really.
Yeah.
You get away with putting the whole thing on, no problem. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I just remember renting at the video store when we were young. We would always use blank tapes and tape them, so we could just rent them once and not have to rent it again. So hey, we own it, and just watch it at home, and enjoyed it ever since. It's one of those movies I can never get tired of watching. It just has a strong story with strong actors, memorable score, just great storytelling.
It's definitely one of those movies I watch every summer.
Party's over.
Oh yeah, I watch it all the
Can
time.
you guys imagine, would this movie have the same power without that John Williams theme? For the majority of the movie, that theme becomes Jaws. That theme is Jaws.
You know, that's one of those iconic
if the
scores
music-
like the Star Wars score, the Jurassic Park, anything John Williams has done, just adds to the movie.
Yeah.
100%.
He always just nails it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like how
I think
even of these big people in here, I like how they fit in too. They look like regular people.
Yeah. Because they were hired on acting, not on bullshit.
which doesn't happen enough anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to be like even people that are good actors that are exactly attractive, they doll them up and.
What is that, like Pussy Willows?
Does anybody have dinner like that anymore?
Does anybody have a
What do you
big
mean?
centerpiece of Pussy Willows on their
Like at a table with families with like a home cooked meal, or is it that doesn't happen anymore?
I don't have a family.
No idea.
No, they had to go into the living room and watch some TV.
Yeah. Okay.
It happens.
I mean, I did with my
occasionally.
family growing up, but
So we ate dinner every night, but no. Dinner's mayhem right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, empty nest or whatever. So it's not like that when I go home to see my parents or like that. Like nobody's eaten at my kitchen table at my parents' house like since I was probably like in high school, if not before. Our kitchen table just has a bunch of stuff on it.
And that's
I'm surprised
yeah, go ahead.
houses.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm surprised houses even come with dining rooms anymore. But.
Yeah.
We don't have one.
Yeah.
We just have our
Same
table.
here.
I mean, we
Mine is
use the dining room table more than the kitchen table because at least
Mine's a movie room.
because at like Christmas and Easter and stuff like that, we'll eat in the dining room.
Mhm.
And that scene we saw was one of the numerous scenes we saw in the flashback in Jaws: The Revenge.
The best part of Jaws: Revenge is the flashback.
Yeah, it's the flashbacks.
She even flashbacked the stuff she wasn't even there for, like the ending.
That's
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, she's had some sort of psychic mind meld with her husband.
Mhm.
Well, let's say with the
Past
shark,
memories.
Shark's a psychic. Went all the way to Caribbean, found him.
Well, we have to also sort of believe the fact that sharks are very vengeful creatures, possibly the most vengeful creature on the planet.
It actually passes its vengeance down to its offspring.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, that was a movie that its novel is because of a voodoo man who put a voodoo curse.
Oh my god.
And that's why the shark was doing
Now
that. in
you're
Jaws.
scraping the bottom of the barrel when voodoo's thrown into the plot. It was voodoo!
Now Predator 2. Predator 2. King Willie.
Yeah, but
King
see,
Willie.
That managed it well,
King
though.
Willie just wanted there to be.
Yeah.
Who would have thought there'd be a Predator 2 reference during our Jaws live commentary?
I can't help it. We got to keep Predator 2 on the table because so many people want it
Keep
now.
it alive.
I keep
People
hearing
always
the hype,
discount
man.
that movie.
I only wish I had some red wine right now. This movie wants me to drink. Makes me want to drink red wine.
You
So
mean
I
we're
was-
not watching Predator 2? That's what I'm watching.
And watching Sideways?
Sideways. We're not going to drink any Merlot.
See, a good casting choice, if they remade Jaws, would be that guy from Sideways. Paul Giamatti. He could be...
Hayden, what's his name from
He's
Wings?
kinda
Thomas
he's too
Hayden
old now,
Church.
though, actually.
Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah.
Thomas Hayden Church, yeah. He's good though. And I remember when I saw the first thing he did, like after Wings, I was like, seriously? He can act.
I love Brody right here. He's just like, just fill it up, man. Don't just mix them. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might want to let that breathe. Never mind.
Get it in you. Get it in you, Brody. You didn't even touch dinner. It's gonna be some sick.
Oh.
Did anyone see the ripoff that got sued by Universal, Great White, that they try to release Universal sued them so it could never be
Oh,
put into theaters?
Yeah.
oh wow.
I've seen some of it. Yeah. Yeah, I've
There's
seen
a
some
film-
of it.
There was this film starring James Franciscus and Vic Morrow, and even the trailer had the same narrator as the trailer in Jaws, and same principle. And
Well, they even cut in. Yeah, they even cut in scenes from Jaws into it, don't they?
I'm not sure in Great White. I know in the there's another movie.
There's like an
Jaws.
Italian. Cruel Jaws. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Overseas, it
Cruel
was
Jaws.
called Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws.
Yes, Cruel Jaws, Jaws 5, yeah. they actually cut scenes from Jaws into that film.
Yeah, and Jaws 2 and Jaws 3.
Yeah. James or Jason, do you guys remember the first time you saw Jaws?
No, it probably had to be rented on VHS or something, I would imagine.
I think mine was probably television.
It's one of those movies that I always remember loving. Ever since I can remember, I've liked this movie. So.
Yeah. What about you, Barry? You remember the first time you saw Jaws?
Yeah, it was network television, probably early 80s, about 81-ish, 82, somewhere in there.
I know you don't see anything here, but I always found this so gross.
Yeah, just the sound of it.
Yeah,
Just the sound
I guess
of
they
it.
just nailed the sound.
You
You see the milk.
Yeah, then you see that milk.
You can probably imagine the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Hey,
do.
milk
Like, I
feels
sit there and I'm like,
Abs from Alien is made out of.
Yeah, it's an alien. It's a
Android.
oh, it's an android, yeah. He's Bishop. Makes sense now.
Hey, I love the license plate here. It's like,
I would have that tie like strapped into something.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Sportsman's Paradise? Is that accurate?
never heard of it.
Louisiana, Sportsman's Paradise.
That shark did not eat a person.
Or do you remember the first time you saw Jaws, Orc?
I just remember, I think Spike used to be TNN, I think. Like, though, and TNN and AMC. Yeah. Every summer.
Okay.
What was James saying?
I don't know. Everything sounds like a chipmunk right now.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was.
Oh.
Really? I didn't notice anything.
Yeah, I didn't.
Somebody went full chipmunk a second ago. I don't know who it was.
It's I'm gonna try again.
Who's talking?
Hello?
Yeah, a couple of times I was just like, I didn't even remember that I was on a chat.
I can
you
hear
guys hear me now?
Holy crap, what's going on?
I can hear you.
Should I leave?
Okay, alright. Anyways, AMC and Spike used to play this all summer long. They still do. That's when I watched it.
I wish
growing up.
Spike didn't suck here.
Yeah.
I see all these promos for like Spike in the States, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Not here. It's all 1,000 Ways to Die.
It used to be TNN. I don't know what it was before that, or was it even? Did it even have another name? I'm not sure.
I think it was just TNN that I remember.
Yeah.
I love how he's still got that bottle of wine. He's like, I'm just getting ridiculously shit-faced tonight.
Always a good idea when you're out on a boat.
At least got a life preserver.
Yeah, that's true.
This is true.
Got the Marty McFly outfit on.
Mm-hmm. Why are you wearing a life preserver?
I hate being out on the water when it's foggy like that. And it's always foggy here. This is one of the foggiest places in North America. I live in fucking Fogville.
Yeah. Low rants. Look at all that technology. What's a fish finder? I love the subtitles of this. It just came up mysterious instrumental music playing.
Yeah.
Not just instrumental, mysterious.
The deaf people need to know the ambiance.
Yeah. You gotta make sure they understand.
There's some heavy atmosphere going on here. Creepy.
Creepy for sure. Tense instrumental music playing now.
What does music sound like?
Exactly.
The hell is music?
Well, I mean,
Keep like
fair.
putting it up a little bit,
If you're
but
a deaf
don't
person,
like.
sound is just an invisible world.
Yeah.
It's a really good scene, though.
This guy knows how scary the shark is before anybody else. Boat.
I mean, water scenes are hard to do. It's not, it's kind of ambitious for, like, your second movie.
Oh yeah. This
Shooting
whole
in
movie,
water always makes everything harder and more expensive.
So this is a soundstage, right?
This part, I don't know.
You can't see anything around, so it has to be.
Yeah.
I would assume this.
I'm assuming they're just hitting them with chalk dust or something. Or they made it really cold in there.
Another thing I remember from Universal is like a giant tank of water, like this massive tank, and they'd have like a little toy boat on it, and that's where they'd like simulate, showing storms and stuff, tossing boats around. Very impressive. I have to give credit to anybody that wears glasses that goes diving, because it must be as uncomfortable and unwieldy as fuck.
Wearing glasses and goggles is awful.
That's what I mean. Like,
This is prescription goggles, yo.
Contacts.
Easy money banks.
Yeah.
Contacts.
just between his beard and his glasses, I just always feel like he must be so uncomfortable throughout this movie.
Yeah.
Having a wet beard and wet glasses all the time.
You talking about Ryan now?
I'm just saying, Ryan would be uncomfortable in the situation too.
I would be uncomfortable in all these situations.
Rambo said it best in one of his vids.
When you're out on a boat.
Rambo said it best in one of his vids. He's like, how the fuck am I supposed to watch a 3D movie with 3D glasses?
I've still like, I put them on over and I'm like, I'm glad they're gigantic. 'Cause I wear big glasses anyway, so it's like, I gotta like fit them over.
I'm glad they're gigantic and they smell like the last person that wore them.
Yeah. That's always wonderful, yeah.
Like, whoever was
extra present.
fucking watching this last. Oh, that yellow.
We've got another badass suit.
I don't know who his tailor is, but
Little
Great.
Now that was 75. He was probably pimping.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. Look at those anchors.
Power suit.
That just doesn't happen.
It's like you need to take a marker
that-
and connect the
that's
dots
legit.
and all the little anchors.
It's like a child's.
Actually, I was just going to say, I think I bought my
like
son a
pajamas.
bathing suit that looks like that the other day.
The pattern like you see on pajamas.
Actually, we bought my little guy. It was like a little like bathing suit, and it's like that little like, and the images are actually sharks eating people.
Oh, wow.
we got it home. We were like, wait a second, I thought it was just sharks, but it's actually people being eaten by sharks. I was dying.
That's a
Where
good
we got
design
it.
to have on a child's.
Yeah,
Times have
swimsuit.
changed.
yeah.
I think you're going to ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you in the ass.
That's a pretty good job. Like, if somebody vandalized it now, it'd be a dick on there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like in
That just goes in its name.
front of, yeah, right under welcomes, there'd be a huge.
Yeah, be a dick chasing her or a dick right on the
That's
ass
how
or
creative
something.
they are.
Help shark? He'd be getting ass raped by a shark. If it was
That I would like to see.
Or it'd be like, fuck me. And then you could take it different ways.
Yeah.
And it would definitely be spelled wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, F-U-K-M-E.
a perfect engine.
blah blah
A
blah.
miracle of
This
evolution.
shark will kill everyone. Blah blah blah. I don't care. Tourist dollars.
Yeah.
This is the last movie I'll ever have with hair.
I never thought about that.
Laughing in disbelief.
I just gonna say that. Doesn't sound like
The subtitles, yeah.
Ah,
That hair looks
All
like
right,
it's about to come
Yeah,
off.
what exactly were the
Look.
notes for that scene? Now you
Jaws?
just
Jaws versus Mr. Holland's Opus. Who you got?
see, once again, it comes back to deaf people.
I think he had that hair for at least one more movie. Goodbye, Girl, maybe.
Didn't he have hair in
when did
Close
they
Encounters?
do? He had hair in Close Encounters.
Yeah,
that was
That's
77.
77.
that's after this. So.
Yeah.
That was supposedly why he couldn't be in Jaws 2. Because Spielberg and they were working on that one.
Fine with me.
I'm,
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I'm
love
sure,
Close
I'm,
Encounters.
sure, I'm sure he kicks himself to
Love
this
that movie.
day over that one.
That's a movie I wish I could see in theaters. Can't believe there hasn't been any re-release of that for me to see. I've loved to see Close Encounters in the theater.
You mean Mr. Holland's Opus?
No.
Yes, of course.
Close Encounters, man, it was great.
Yeah.
Someday.
It was amazing.
Mr. Holland's Opus. Someday.
I played the song that's from the end of that. My school band. It's called An American Symphony or something like that.
I want pizza so bad right now. I don't know what to do with
Yeah,
myself.
me too.
I know, I'm really just stuffing this in
Torture.
everybody's faces.
Damn it,
It's
Cole.
like, oh, it's so good. Oh.
I'm just sitting here like, oh god.
It's not hot. If that's
Doesn't
any,
matter.
if that's any consolation. It was hot earlier today, though. Chow down. Sorry, my TV's gotten a lot louder suddenly. The hell is that?
It's a video game.
He's got a VCR attached to his back.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's how you had to do it back in the day, man.
See, full system.
Is that just the battery pack?
Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's about 30 minutes of battery.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say. He's got 7 of them in his truck. Oh, I gotta switch it back, man.
There's Peter Benchley.
Yeah.
He's passed away as well.
Yeah.
At least he got to make the Beast.
At least. Yeah. Thank
Thank
God.
God.
Nation of his lifelong dream.
I actually really want to watch that again because I remember when I watched that on TV, I thought that was cool. Now I just have to see it again to see if I was a friggin' idiot.
You know what I want to watch again after watching Jurassic Park?
What's that?
Carnivore.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Carnosaur. Has Scream Factory put out a Blu-ray for that yet?
Yeah.
They just announced Army of Darkness, though.
I know, I was surprised by that because that's had like 2 releases already.
Yeah.
Is it going to have both
Yeah,
endings?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
They
it's
would
just-
never let this old bastard walk around with his shirt off now.
No.
Like, good
The
God, man.
first old
Would you
bastard.
please put on a 3-piece suit?
The first guy had like droopy boob.
He's old. He's old, Cole. He's old.
Gravity's a
We
bitch.
have a society.
What
that
happens
keeps
to me
that
right
going.
now?
Like,
Ugh.
no old flabby bodies on this beach. Actually, I'm pretty sure that is a law in Brazil. I think you get shot
She's melting.
if you were like 70 and you went on a beach in Brazil. They would just, I assume, kill you.
If you wear anything other than a banana hammock, they crucify you.
There was some indistinct conversations going on there.
Children shouting.
Don't bother me.
Helicopter whirring.
Hey, a black person.
You're making it real hard on me.
I don't really get this, but the kid's argument here basically is the lagoon is for babies. I don't know why, but
There's nobody in it.
Well, he must be at that age where he's, becoming a teenager and he doesn't want to go play in the kiddie pool. He wants to go out where the shit's at.
Right.
I'm team.
Go out where the scary ass shark is at. Fight it.
So what's the difference? I mean, the shark gets in there anyway, so not like made much of a difference.
Didn't know.
The long shot on this kid just makes me feel like he's going to die, but he doesn't. It's kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointing.
In Jaws the Revenge, though, he does.
Yes.
Oh, really?
He gets his later.
Well, the same kid.
Spoiler alert. In case you watch that shitty movie.
And the other one
I
was
just don't
Dennis
remember it.
Quaid.
I think I saw the trilogy, like 2, 3, and 4, on like a pack at Walmart the other day.
Yeah, they got them on DVD. They put them out this year.
Yeah.
The veritable smorgasbord.
I was like, I don't really care about having any of those. Except for 2, maybe.
I've got them all just because.
Yeah, I mean, 3 and 4 are
I
bad,
don't think 2 is a
but I
good
like
movie
them.
is because 1 exists. If 1 didn't exist, I would like 2, but the fact that 1 exists makes me think 2 is pointless and stupid.
Shitty, yeah.
Yeah.
I like 2.
I really
I
like
like
to.
2.
I like
I
them.
can't. I can only. I would like 2 if this didn't exist, but the fact that this exists just makes me upset with 2.
I just thought 2 was a really good sequel, like Halloween 2, or maybe not like Aliens as far as where it was
The
better
shark
than
is
the
like
original, but it was definitely
Freddy
good.
Krueger.
I don't get. I guess
Yeah,
it's not
I
bad,
think
but
it's-
no, I don't see it in that light. I don't really see it as a good sequel.
Well, I mean, this is a really
It's
hard movie to
claims.
follow up. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I just
it's
feel
one of
like
those
it just should have been
impossible
Jaws. Like, I would have been happy if it was just Jaws.
So I can agree with the statement that if the first one didn't exist, it would be considered great.
Yeah.
I could see that, but I still like it though. It's, and I mean, it's not as bad. They definitely get worse.
Why is he?
Yeah.
Why is he telling Jesus Christ that there was a fentanyl on him?
2 and 3 are okay, in my opinion.
I like 3 and
I'm
4
with you,
too.
Jay.
I mean, they're
I like
they're
them.
not good, but I like them. I like them all. Yeah.
Well, that's because
I
they're
like
so
them.
bad they're good. The other two, the first 2 I
Whoa.
think are just good.
Yeah, I mean, I can get a kick out of 3, but I don't think 3 is in any way good.
The first 2 are definitely well-made films, and then you got the last 2, which are just so bad they're good.
I mean, isn't Michael Caine in one of them, for Christ's sake?
Yeah.
He's in Jaws the Revenge.
He's worth watching it just for.
He's just
Isn't
not.
Mario Van
He's just
Peebles?
not
Peebles.
trying at all.
Him and Cuba Gooding Peebles.
Yeah.
He was getting paid to hang out in Jamaica and drink rum. He was happy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Didn't he like buy a new car with that or something? He needed it.
No, he bought a house. He bought a house.
Wow,
that's
shit.
what he thought of John
Oh,
Spore. He goes,
trample the old bastard.
I don't have any thoughts about the movie, but I really like the house it bought for me.
He's like, I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the house it bought for me, and it's really nice.
That's not a real shark, guys.
Yeah. Y'all been tricked.
What?
Been rickrolled.
Shoot him.
He made me do it.
What I think is kind of like funny is that
They're
2
kinda like-
people died.
There's
Shoot
people,
those motherfuckers.
there's people there with rifles.
Yeah.
And they don't notice it until now.
I think it's crazy. Like it's joke's a joke, but 2 people are
Blam,
dead.
blam, 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 blam.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
shoot.
what's funny is Jaws uses this
As a
diversion.
distraction, yeah.
To they can
Jaws is like, haha, their attention is elsewhere.
And they pull the kid's arm off. Pull him out.
Yeah.
Now's the
Here comes this
time.
hippie woman.
Now what? Fuck.
Gosh, damn hippie smoking those left-handed cigarettes.
Yeah. Don't listen to her. There's no shark.
He's got like.
Just high again on that marijuana.
She's just high again. Like
She's
always.
got that wacky tobacco.
I bet she smoked a marijuana cigarette.
That hemp. We should outlaw it.
Oh, I
The way
love
we
this
did.
part.
She's in the throes of
Two fins.
reefer madness.
I like the 2 fins because
This guy comes off as such a doof. Hey guys.
Yeah. Are you guys all right? What's going on, guys? Hey guys. You guys okay over there?
All in your sheet.
Oh man, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Was he in a bathtub?
That's all he could afford.
Oh.
Oh, they're
Great
finally a good
shot.
shot of Jaws. And there you go.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
a great shot.
Didn't we see him? We see him even better here, momentarily.
Yeah. Oh.
Boom.
Boink.
Good leg.
He's like, damn it, I missed the best part.
You're next.
Oh shit, they've seen me. I must swim away.
Damn, I ain't getting in that water now, fool.
Your lucky day, kid.
I'm full.
I gotta go find Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Somebody get a gun and shoot it.
Oh yeah, that one black kid was Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
You grow up, be
It all comes together, full circle.
Full circle, yeah.
Destiny.
I guarantee I wouldn't
more
have
powerful if
passed
they
it
dragged
out.
him out and he had no legs.
This kid is so heavy.
As
I
soon
think
as
that
I saw
would've
the
been
shark
awesome.
swim away, my ass would have been swimming for the beach, and I wouldn't have stopped running until somebody tackled me.
Oh,
Yeah, the long
No way I could just go.
There's the most neglected child ever. Like, all they ever do is... That's like the 15
Look
shots
at him.
sitting
He's
all
so-
by himself.
He's so
sit on the
fucking
beach, you
ugly.
little bitch.
He's ugly.
He looks like a fucking troll.
He just lives on the beach because his mom abandoned him.
He looks like a ghoulie.
Poor little guy.
That's a deleted scene when he comes out of a toilet.
Yeah, he's actually
He crawls out of the toilet.
Aw, I wish nurses still looked like that. That's so cute.
Actually, I think
You can buy-
around here they do dress like that some days.
You
Which
can
is
buy a
kinda crazy.
costume like that,
Did you ever
John.
see the commercial, Ryan, for the Nova Scotia Nurses Union?
I've seen a bunch of. Is there a reason
See the
why?
one with like the super hot chick that looks like she's like fucking Scarlett Johansson? I was like, what nurse is
Alright.
this?
I'm gonna need a link to that.
I was like, I know why they picked you to represent us. It's that one where it's like she's in like the room with the 10-year-old boy, and the 10-year-old boy must be thinking, score!
Freaking smoking in the emergency room. What a
Yeah.
pimp.
Different
What a pimp.
world.
Total
That suit.
70s, man.
I miss the freedom of the
Smoking
70s, where you could just take a dump anywhere.
I don't remember that part of the 70s.
Oh yeah. People were smoking,
I remember
doing
smoking
drugs, and having key parties.
Hospitals.
Oh, key parties.
I feel sorry for anybody born in the 70s, because they'll be like, it's possible that you were produced at a key party. Your
You don't
parents
know
are
who your
not...
father is.
Yeah.
So you got the nose of George.
I think doctors performed surgery with cigarettes hanging out of their mouth in the 70s.
Yeah.
Drunk as shit.
Drunk, yeah. They
Just
just-
into
they
a
just
fifth
for-
of scotch.
Quick, give them a hit from your flask.
They just returned from a key party. They're drunk. Got a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. I'll cut out his appendix.
called
Don't
me
give a
for
damn.
this.
Like,
Now we're talking
I'd be able to
again.
do the surgery if my gonorrhea wasn't flaring up.
That'll be the next show. It won't be
Oh,
Mad Men.
maybe.
It'll be something to do with doctors.
I don't
in
know.
the
Maybe I'm
60s.
being closed-minded, but I've just always thought of the 70s as a really dirty decade.
It's just hairy vaginas and VD everywhere.
Yeah, kind of.
Actually,
Maybe I'm just getting the wrong impression, you know.
After the turbulence of the 60s, the 70s were pretty chill. It was a pretty funky time. Sure, there was a lot of weird clothing items and questionable activities, but it was, everybody was pretty mellow.
How did you deal with women not shaving though, Mike? Did you just work around it or
The
what?
70s were my childhood, so I didn't have to worry about that part. by the time I got off the bench and in the game, we were at the landing strip phase.
That's one wild kid. Holding his breath and prayed.
But so that never really bothered me. Maybe because that's.
Hey, is that Heinz ketchup?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
But I do remember being a kid and being out in the public pool, and all the women looked like they had spiders coming out from underneath of their sweaters.
Oh, dear God.
Good lord.
Awful way to describe that, man.
Going back to the 20s.
Oh,
So
God.
descriptive.
And
So descriptive.
Oh, man. Intense.
For any
That was an
artists out
imaginative
there
kid,
that
wasn't
want
it?
to draw, you've now had your description.
Quint. I think Quint's a pretty badass name.
It is. He is a badass.
He doesn't even have a first name. He's just Quint.
He's just Quint.
Quint.
They got eaten by a shark.
He's Quint. Quint.
Got a pot of Jaws going over here.
Yeah. He puts ketchup on it and eats it.
Ragu.
Yeah.
You got city hands, Mr. Hooper. You got money your whole life.
Give me your hands. I'm
I
gonna
just,
eat.
it's another thing I like about the movie is like he's like, oh, this young kid with his flop, but he sort of wins him over and shows him that he's got some legit sea knowledge too and stuff. I kind of like that.
That the end of the movie, I can't wait for it. It's like
Quint's character learned it. He was like an apprentice, and life experience is how he learned how to do it. And he doesn't really trust it's the old college boy thing. College boy, you have no experience. I've been out on the ocean my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and apparently, I mean, even behind the scenes, I mean, Quint was riding Dreyfus the whole time. Just made a mockery of him the whole time and picked on him and just
I guess during that period of time, Robert was heavy into alcohol and wasn't always the nicest guy.
Yeah. They said he drank a lot on this set. Drank a lot.
Like, you wearing a baseball hat or a hard hat?
That's
Is he wearing a baseball hat made of plastic?
Maybe it just hasn't been washed in so long that it just solidified.
leather ones.
it's just his head.
It's just his head, yeah.
Caked in sweat.
Hey, there's Frank Oz. I know.
I was almost going to say the same thing. I've almost said it a couple times, actually. There's a lot of Frank Oz on this island.
Yeah. Mickey Frog. I know that's not him, but it's the only one I can do. I don't know if you're right for the sea. I got a good beard, but look at these mutton chops.
I love his glasses. He's got like octagon glasses.
Now
I always crack up
walk you through song.
Yeah.
I always like the part where Chief Brody shows up. He's like, "Hey, Chief Brody, did you bring your rubbers?"
Did he ever?
The only woman with lines in this movie.
This variety of rakes hanging on the wall for some reason.
I need
Every scene
Ray.
gotta have a lot of rakes.
I love how when she runs away, she's like shaking her arms in that stereotypical fashion. It's just so cheesy.
I can't go with the key party tonight, honey. We're gonna have to miss it.
And if you go without me, so help me. I will beat you.
Yeah, this shot looks like every town I've ever been to. It's kind of what Nova Scotia is. It's just a bunch of little
Boats on
birds like this.
Piers.
Like I was in a place like this like 2 weeks ago. And they all look like it's still the 70s there. Like everything looks exactly the same. Go time.
His laugh is so good too.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that. I love his laugh.
Let's see what's going on in Sausage Factory Nation real quick here. See what we've got tweeted at us. Owen Pollock tweets at us saying, best film ever.
Ooh.
AJ Roberts says, what are you guys' thoughts on the Jaws sequels? For your information, Jaws the Revenge is the worst film I ever paid money to see in the theater. Oh, I'd love to have seen that in the theater.
That's a big statement.
That is.
He also says, just wanted to say that Quint is one of my top 5 favorite characters in film. Robert Shaw is amazing in that role, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Movie's got some great male bonding that they're about to embark on here. I'm a man too, see? Look at me crush that cup.
My styrofoam cup. Awesome50 says in the comment section of the YouTube video, he agrees with me about the Jaws log being excellent. He says Carl Gottlieb also wrote a Jaws log for Jaws 2, which I was not aware of that. I'll have to look that up. But apparently Jaws 2 was just as troubled a production as the original.
They learned nothing.
Apparently.
Learn nothing from their mistakes.
The director of Supergirl.
I bet the budget was like twice as big, too.
Yeah, guaranteed.
I like Supergirl. You like Supergirl, Raph?
I like Supergirl.
Not that bad. I like it more than Man of Steel.
I think the all the magic stuff's kind of goofy, but I think it works.
Yeah, she fights like an evil sorceress.
Yeah. Good music, too.
I haven't seen that forever. I should have looked for that when I was renting movies the other day.
Doesn't like Faye Dunaway play the heavy in that one?
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole's in it, and
he's drunk as shit in the movie.
Most people don't even know that movie exists. People are like, "There's a Supergirl movie." Anytime I mention it.
Ellen Slater.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Same here. I'd really like to see it again.
That was one that they showed on HBO all the time back in the late 80s.
The Legend of Billie Jean, was that her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got the Blu-ray. Movie Film 1 wants to know, when you first saw the movie, were you scared to go in the ocean, anyone? Did any of you guys avoid the ocean?
I'm still scared of it.
I was already kind of scared of the ocean on my own.
I won't go in above the waist.
No, I've honestly never been scared of it. I just thought it was a good movie. But of course, I live in Iowa, so I'll be scared of corn. Like children of corn.
Malachi! Run!
So creepy fucking kids are scary to me. Sharks.
I'm afraid of the ocean at night. In the daytime, I don't really care.
Decent-sized bull sharks can hunt in 3 feet of water. So.
Yep. Waist deep, you're still not safe.
And that's usually the ones that bite people. That's most shark attacks, or bull sharks.
Yeah,
there are very few great white attacks.
Yeah.
They say most shark attacks happen in just a few feet of water. Yeah. Like those kids that got bit in South Carolina, it was only in like waist deep water, so it wasn't very deep at all.
Intense. I've never been afraid to swim. But actually, to be honest, I swim more in lakes than the ocean, because the ocean's so cold.
Yeah.
For most of the season, it's good near the end of the season, but
every time I go to the ocean, I'm just so in awe of it that I just don't think of what's lurking beneath the surface.
I just throw all my garbage in it and leave.
I throw all
That's what it's for. That's what it's there for.
Nature's
I throw all my hepatitis.
I throw all my
hepatitis C needles in it. And
get the dirtiest needles.
America, real time.
America.
Come up then. Come on, hurry up.
It's funny that Brody just got the shit job,
Make your fucking
even though he's
mind.
the cop, the main cop. He's just
Well, I mean, he's really
the shit job.
out of his out of his element here because he's not a fisherman, he's not a boatsman. So I mean, he's just kind of there because he's the sheriff to do whatever kind of dirty work they ask of him, you know.
Yeah. It really doesn't even need to be there.
No, he
Does
doesn't.
he hire Quint?
Animals are not a sheriff's jurisdiction.
No, he's more in a supervisory position to make sure that Quint does what he hired was hired to do.
Yeah.
He's like, smile, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He feels obligated to be there. He feels
That's what I was gonna
obligated.
say.
Hey, where's me meat hook?
Jason Lama says that the first time he saw Jaws was on Betamax.
Wow.
That's how I saw E.T.
Fucking E.T.
We've also got Awesome 50 watching along with us from the UK. So how's it going over there in the UK, buddy? Thanks for tuning in.
Awful late there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3 a.m.
I asked him earlier. I think it was 1:45 when we started.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, thanks for staying up late with us, man. We appreciate it.
That's gestures.
I got fish guts on his gloves. That's good.
Oh,
That's scary fist. That's fun.
engine revving.
Oh, my
It's
cat
like
just took
slowly-
my pizza away.
It's slow descent into madness.
This means something.
That would have been a twist if he just decided to kill everybody, just drive away.
It doesn't look far from it at some point.
I know. Be an alternate take where he decides to team up with Jaws and just rides him.
Ropes him in a ticket. I'm riding this bitch to Mexico.
Running into Jamaica.
Yeah, straight to Jamaica. Give me some of that voodoo rum.
Voodoo magic man.
Arr, I hate the sea and everything in it.
Everything in it.
I love that.
That must have been a hell of a shot to get.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my favorite part of those boats is you get to climb.
Get that chum line going there, Chief Brody.
When I was a kid, we rented a boat for, I think it was like my grandfather's birthday, and we got to climb to the top of one of those things, and we were diving off them. It was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
When I was like 12, like, you know, the tall ships came in. I like climbed to the very top of one. My mom was like having a heart attack.
Those are way taller.
Oh, right here.
No,
Right here.
no, this was like 60 feet,
Here it is.
and I went to the top because I was crazy in those days.
Oh,
I
man.
always have to just
here it comes.
rub my arm after this.
Ah!
That may be my favorite part of the movie right there.
Oh, shit.
Big money shot. Money shot.
Jaws is like, you asked for it.
Well, I've just shit my pants.
Good thing I'm wearing these rubber pants. 'Cause they're full of shit.
Good thing the wife married packed the rubber.
But they don't get one. Oh, it's terrible.
Where's Michael Caine in a helicopter when you need him, right?
This needs
He's got a nice enough house at this point.
This
So.
is the part where it rises up and roars like a tiger, like a lion.
If you get a chance to see this in the
Yeah,
theater,
it
though,
does-
this
it does
shot
actually
coming up is
roar,
really
doesn't it?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they're capable of.
No, not that I know.
But it's a good cinematic touch, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So like people almost expect it, just like the same way like whenever you've got like knives and blades in movies, there's the shing sound, which of course does not happen in real life, but people just need it. They expect it.
Well, it's like the sound of punching.
Oh.
Punches only sound like that when you get punched.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like. And the ship, of course, is called the Orca. Because orcas hunt sharks sometimes.
Yes.
And was a movie later on. Like,
With Dumbledore.
Foreground my ass. Yikes.
Heroic instrumental music playing.
Ooh, the heroism is ramping up now.
Yeah, as he appears with his dinky little...
well, see, nowadays it'd be machine guns and rocket launchers.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. They call in like a friggin' drone strike.
Yeah, drone strike. We got a shark here. It is down.
It's a 25-foot shark. Hit him with the nuke.
Napalm.
What do you want me to hit him with, sir?
That thing's
Everything you've got.
Freak.
Well, I've already seen that movie. It was called Mecha Shark versus Mega Shark.
There we go. There you go.
My signal, unleash hell.
And it wouldn't be a 25-foot shark either. It'd be like a 600-foot shark. It'd be like,
Yeah.
It was like a megalodon.
this thing was frozen for millions of years. Now, thanks to global warming, it's back. Super Mario.
It wants revenge.
What the hell was Mario doing?
Yeah, Mario just died somewhere. Makes me sad every time he dies.
Mhm.
Did everyone play the
about
Jaws
Mario
Nintendo
Ryan?
game?
Oh, yeah, that's the
I
most
was-
confusing
yeah,
game ever.
I was actually getting ready to bring up the Jaws NES
You know
video game. I love it.
What?
I love
A
it.
couple of years ago, I watched a buddy of mine play it and finish it because I never knew how to play it. I was like, I don't get it.
Right.
You're in the water. You're just, like I didn't know you had to do all these things, like get the boat and do this and collect the stars. I didn't know none of that. I didn't understand that game at all.
Went from heroic to adventurous music now.
Oh, here we go.
Like
It
that.
just got adventurous.
I loved the Jaws video game, even when I didn't know how to play it. And I mean, once you realize how to play it, you can finish it in like 3 minutes. You can beat it in like
Oh,
minutes.
Yeah, it's really short.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember renting it too, just because it was Jaws. Like I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
I can
absolutely.
play that at home. I was like, this is nothing like the movie.
Same
Yeah,
reason
sure.
I
How
read
you-
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
How you
I love that
kill
Friday the
Jaws is you drive the front of the boat into
Yeah.
his throat, just like on the video in the movie. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just like Jaws 4, yeah.
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 Was that an LJ Enjoy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
LJ enjoying.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite old NES games are the two most like reviled by fans: Friday the 13th and Jaws.
The only thing
I
I
just
don't
love
like
those
about
games.
Friday the 13th is how fucking hard it is.
And like you can make it easier, like if you know the little like ins and outs or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah, but the
You can-
controls
yeah, you
like
can
are just
still-
so
You can beat
iffy.
that game in minutes if you know how to beat it. If you know how to beat it, you can
you just know how to get the certain weapons and just go.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love this scene. This is probably my favorite scene in all the
Yeah, mine
Paranoids.
too.
Them sitting around drinking.
The
Tell
male
the story.
bonding.
Yeah.
The
Comparing
Indianapolis
each other's
monologue.
scars. Yeah.
Which has been like copied
Nothing's-
in a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Successfully.
Although I kind of like how they did it in Chasing Amy because it was kind of funny because all their scars were related to sex-related events. I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Right. Yeah.
Except for the movie Stupid.
I like the movie.
Yeah, I actually like Chasing Amy. It's been a long time.
It's like the
since I've
only
seen
time
it.
I've ever seen Ben Affleck act at all.
Oh, whatever.
The rest of the movie.
More or less, the
fucking
three
ass.
characters are actually supposed to be called Brody.
That's what's upsetting to me about Ben Affleck. He's shown that he can act, and yet he just doesn't in movie after movie because he's Ben Affleck, and that's good enough. Which I get. It's like that for a lot of actors, right? I'm a big star.
Yeah.
It's good enough. I don't actually have to act.
Yeah, George Clooney doesn't try. I mean, he's himself. He tries to be that way though. Because like Cary Grant is more his influence. Who he was always the same guy in every movie.
You guys feel like in a different circumstance and a little more alcohol, these dudes would probably bang, right?
I would assume if they were on the boat long enough, because that's what happened.
I was just gonna say, change the movie to like,
Men on a boat.
I don't know, the whole world gets covered in water. 3 men are stuck on a boat.
I mean, they're taking off articles of clothing.
And it's
They're
still
touching each other.
Charles.
Jay's always good at picking up on the eroticism scenes.
Yeah, Jay's always the one picking up on the homoeroticism.
Hey, it's right there.
It's right there.
Back to the Future, Jaws.
I can see Hooper being Quint's bitch, I guess.
Absolutely.
Quint would definitely make a bitch of all of them. He would own them all.
He's the captain.
Yeah.
Well, no, Hooper would be the Lucky Pierre in the middle of those two brews.
Yeah.
Roy would just be watching, I think, from the corner.
It'd probably be whoever wins the arm wrestling match gets the bitch.
He'd strap himself in that rubber outfit and just hide.
So,
Whoever loses goes second.
Yeah.
so the shark doesn't want to kill, it wants to home.
I'll never watch this movie the same now. I'll never watch it.
It's over. Yeah.
The shark is so entranced by
That
these
story
three
is wrong, and I don't know why, because it would be very easy for him to tell it properly. They just get the date wrong, and that always bothered me. I was like, couldn't somebody have just checked in 2 seconds and be like, it wasn't that day, it was this day? And they were just like, ah, fuck it.
They left their iPhones in the car.
Google.
Yeah. Just get on Google, Spielberg.
Man, they're talking about a real event. You know, they're talking about something real, and yet they get the day wrong. But
I mean, the first generation iPhone was out this time, wasn't it?
Well, it also could have been.
That guy was carrying it. It was in that case.
Okay.
Shaw was in a bad way when he was doing this scene. And I guess Bill just said, that's good enough. He fucked up the year, but who gives a shit? The rest of it's gold.
yeah, that's possible.
I mean, maybe it was
Exactly.
intentional. I don't know.
It wasn't even the year; it was just the day.
Copyright infringement. They couldn't say the real.
It didn't really happen. He just made
Yeah,
it.
they'll get sued by the makers of World War II.
Yeah.
The makers of World War II is like, that's our shit. If you're gonna use it, you gotta pay. Think World War II was as good as the original?
No way, man. Those tanks are badass.
I mean, I always think of those in terms of movies. I mean, because it's a sequel. You got World War I and World War II.
So if it follows the rules of sequels, then the third one means all bets are off and everybody can die.
And that's when it stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one's a prequel.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about it, right?
Well, the prequel would be after
War Zero.
No, by today's rules, and plus, by the way, the last sequel ended. By the way, the last sequel ended. It seems to dictate that probably any sequel now would probably have to be a remake or a reboot.
Well, it probably wouldn't have a number. It would just have like some weird subtitle, like War, shit got real, or something like that. This time it's for real.
World War. Quantum of Solace.
Ghost Protocol.
World War III. Somebody done fucked up.
There it is.
That's probably what it should be called.
See,
This is a great speech, though. It's one of the great speeches out there.
It is.
I mean, if there's going to be a second sequel, it's been in development hell for too long. So, I mean, there was a long-running, there was a spin-off side sequel, The Cold War, but it wasn't the same. So basically, if the franchise is ever revived, it would have to be a remake or something instead of a true sequel because of the time that's passed.
Did you know that the original idea for the Jaws sequel was the story? Was the Indianapolis, the sinking of the Indianapolis? That was the original idea for Jaws 2, yeah.
Hmm.
I would watch it.
Oh.
Have you seen the movie Unbreakable? I think about the Olympic. It's got a really good shark scene in it too, about a sinking vessel.
Yeah, I've heard that's really good.
Huh. First time I've heard that one.
I've got that on the Voodoo. I'll have to check it out.
Voodoo, hoodoo.
Of course, the original Jaws 3 was the spoof Jaws 3 People Zero.
Yeah, Joe Dante was going to direct it.
Yeah.
That's the
would've been
Gremlins
interesting.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Show me the way to go home.
I'll have whatever he's drinking.
Yeah. I don't think I can handle it.
What is it they're eating?
It looks like they're eating vomit.
They're eating the rest. They're eating the rest of the chum. Like, I fry up some of that chum.
They're like drinking diesel fuel and eating vomit.
I'm not eating anything Quint prepares for me. I'm sorry.
Looks like Brody didn't.
Our boat's coming apart, but that's okay.
I'll let him mix me a drink, but I'm not eating anything he makes.
It came out of the same pot he boils his teeth in.
Hey, there's the steering wheel.
Me rods.
No. How will we fish?
I think
Oh,
I like how Quint is like totally against turning back, or I mean, the Captain Ishmael parallel can't be ignored really, because I mean he's just on it's either he's going to kill the shark or the shark's going to kill him,
Yeah. And it's not Captain Ishmael. Ishmael was the guy that narrated it. It's Captain Ahab.
Oh, that's right. It's Ahab. Yeah. Sorry.
Call me Ahab.
Oh,
that
somehow it doesn't work. Good thing you switched.
It always seemed to me like Quint wanted the shark to kill him because he felt guilty that all of his friends died.
Yeah, maybe.
In the Indianapolis story, because he's like he did everything to sabotage him. He made sure that he ran the motor until it exploded. And they couldn't get anywhere. They were trapped, and it was them versus the shark. It was like he wanted that.
The radio.
He smashed the radio.
Did they rotoscope the lights on the buckets?
I don't know.
Because it looks like it just
There was
looks
a spaceship that just went by.
Was it red?
From
Oh,
There's like a red
Close
street.
Encounters.
There it
Tie-in.
is.
Yeah, there's like red streets in the sky. It's like
Spaceship.
Shooting stars, 2 of them.
it is a prequel, Close Encounters. Sure.
And
It
E.T. possibly.
E.T., yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Did E.T. get eaten by the shark?
No, he could not. And if he did, he'd just like touch his belly and explode.
If he did, the shark would have a glowing belly.
Ouch. Ouch.
That was the real sequel.
Yeah.
Hand me the
Shark
hydrogen
eats E.T.
spasm.
E.T. versus Jaws. The ultimate showdown.
E.T. Eddie Torres, the extra testicle.
You want to talk about bad video games? That's possibly the worst of all time, right? E.T. Or Atari.
They blame that for the crash of '83.
I think that's a little harsh, putting
Yeah.
it all on E.T.
Yeah.
There were definitely other factors.
Yeah.
When did Mr. Miyagi get there?
Wax on, wax off.
I don't remember him coming. No.
Show the shark your
Slowly
crazy style.
karate chop the shark.
He stole Yeffer Cottle's headband from Alien.
Damn it.
Oh, he was just bringing the barrel back. That was kind of nice of him.
Oh.
Thanks, guys.
Nope.
Let's have it rip your face off.
Nope.
Yikes.
Oh, I hate that. I've had that happen. That fucking hurts.
Oh, really?
You've had a shark come at you like that?
No, I've had a rope yanked out of my
Oh.
hand so that it tore my hand apart.
Ooh. Ouch. I still think the shark looks good.
Yeah,
Especially considering how, I mean, going back to Universal again, I saw the shark and it looks like crap, but it looks really good in the movie. So what are those? Are those bats they use in Quidditch?
Yes, exactly.
That's what it looks like.
Absolutely.
It's like I was a beater for.
Yes.
I'm not sure why he would have that on the boat. Is it like
I mean,
So
and he's got
they
two-
beat the
that's
shit
what
out of
makes me
fish.
think
Just in
of it.
case you need to
He's
destroy the
got two
radio.
of them.
That's how they get them to stop jumping around. They beat them.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
certifiable.
seriously.
It's for seal clubbing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Club
Stop
of Navy
clubbing,
SEALs. That's our
Navy
economy.
SEAls. Yeah.
Club of Navy SEAls. Wait, who
Boots
clubbed
in the
Navy
pants,
SEAls?
Boots in the pants. Boots in the pants.
What was the MC Based or something? He clubs Baby Seals.
Sure.
Tom
Yeah.
Green.
Tom Green, yeah. MC Face.
Is MC Face something like that, or it's
Yeah.
Scuba? I don't know. It's all fucked up.
Yeah.
Scuba Gooding
It's all
Jr.
long. Scuba.
No, that was another one. Scuba Hood. Remember Scuba Hood?
Oh, what was that
I,
game?
You know, I rob from the poor and give to the rich. Scuba Hood, and he's
Yes,
like
yeah.
going into
The
like
fountains.
fountains and stealing. Yeah. That's
My favorite thing
different
was
from
Celery
Club of Navy
Generals.
Seals.
Nothing will beat Celery Generals.
Yeah. How's that music? Is it adventurous? Is it triumphant?
I don't think it showed there because they were talking. I wish it would fight. Well, come on. Tell me how the music is.
I mean, yeah, it makes a
This whole
barrel
moment hinges on it.
moving just so exciting. I hope this piece is called like Flight of the Barrel on the soundtrack.
Flat of the barrel.
That music's like a spoiler alert. It like tells you what's about to happen
Mm-hmm.
on the captions.
I've got the soundtrack. I don't know where it's at, and I don't remember what this piece is called.
Every time the music stings, I expect them to tell me what kind of music it's like. They're chatting away, chatty Cathy's. One barrel in.
Not with two barrels in him, he won't.
Mm-hmm. Love how he has the 6-shooter.
Yeah, he's got his like police issue gun.
Yeah, he's missing like half the shots too.
That'd be an interesting.
Instrumental music.
Maybe he'll have to like file a report on how he shot the shark.
And there's some crazy jobs associated with shark study. Like there's one guy who's just a shark suit tester. Like literally makes shark suits out of these little metal rings. Goes out and lets the shark bite him to see if it works.
What an idiot.
And if he lives, then it succeeded.
He's planning it again. I'll take them out into the deep water, where I can call upon my friends.
They could have just called Namor and it would have been okay.
Would have been over with.
So
Actually, he would have been like, screw these humans.
Like
Eat
bow
them,
to
my
your
shark
king,
friend.
shark.
Well, if the barrels are just floating there, that indicates that the shark is just floating below. But sharks have to keep moving.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I thought you just let him go. Okay.
Sounds kind of constipated.
Mom, what
but
did
okay.
groaning sound like?
I assume the caption was constipated groaning.
What the fuck is a groan?
What's a groaning?
Is it this?
The guy that created The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Mr. Groaning. Well, where Millhouse calls him that. Taxidermy.
DJ Donnelly's also watching tonight from the UK, so thanks for staying up late with us, buddy. Watching Jaws. We appreciate
He's here all the
it.
time.
That's some.
That's
You're
intense.
watching your Region 2 DVD?
Probably would have to be.
Whatever
He's
it is, I bet
he's
it's
watching
better
the-
release than what we have.
Is this shit in
He's watching the PAL DVD version.
He's using a scarf cable.
Oh, it splashed
They
me.
did
That
do a
was
good job with
terrible.
the Blu-ray, though, I will say.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, this Blu-ray looks.
Blu-ray's
This Blu-ray
amazing.
looks great. Yeah.
In the Dread documentary as well, the shark is still working.
Oh,
Yeah, awesome.
I just wish they would have. I believe they cut half of it out, so I'd be curious to see what the other half was. But I don't know. Maybe they're going to release it with the other sequels on Blu-ray, and they never did. I don't know.
I'm really surprised there's not a 40th anniversary Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I guess it's
Yeah,
just
you
just
think
put
they
it
might
out.
catch it more.
You think they would?
They really jumped the shark on that one.
Sing!
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Look at that machete. Yeah. There we go. Grab it.
Jason,
Words for Jason. Words for
take your machete, Jason.
Yeah.
He's down below in case shit gets real.
what they
He's like
needed.
looking on the
They
floor of
needed
the
a
ocean.
zombie to go in the water to bite the shark.
Well, what's Hooper painting?
the water on that shirt looks all sparkly and beautiful.
It's
Just
got
put
Ray
on his
next.
glittery outfit.
It's got Ray next on it.
He's hoping to get some action tonight.
Come back, quick, the penis pump.
Machete!
Is it Twilight Vampire?
If I just stick this here, it won't be dangerous at all.
Stick this up the shark's ass.
Standard procedure. Shark hunting.
They're gonna try and milk him.
Here comes the barrel monster.
Milk this damn shark.
It's got nipples. Milk it. This shark took my barrels.
Not with 3 barrels on it. Not with 3.
Took his headband, too.
What are we gonna do now, Quint? Let's drink some scotch.
Fool around a little. Oh, it's still
It always goes back to that.
Chief Brody, you're not using that penis pump right.
Let me show you what I learned in the Navy. Jaws is large and in charge.
Yes.
What was the name of the shark on set?
Bruce.
Bruce.
Bruce. Yeah.
On what?
Named after
The shark
Spielberg's lawyer.
itself.
Yeah, wasn't it Spielberg's lawyer or agent or something like that? Yeah.
He was his wife's lawyer, wasn't it? His ex-wife or something.
Named after his ex-wife.
Bruce.
Thank Christ.
Man, she must have been really mouthy.
She used her teeth.
You really should have a rim shot like Bud.
Sure.
Yeah, by this point, Quint's kind of lost it.
Oh yeah.
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 3 barrels? 3 barrels. That's too many barrels.
This shark is worthy of consuming my remains.
We know how much he hates sharks.
And loves
Look,
barrels.
he hates worse than he hates worse than sharks is Matt Hooper.
Yeah. I guess he wouldn't swallow after all.
We know that because he exclaimed angrily at him.
The bilge! The bilge!
The fog!
Just look at that! Look at that look on his face. He's so crazy now.
Oh my god. And that's the moment he flipped.
Totally
He never even
turned
put
that
his
into.
tooth.
Almost take my
He never
chance
even
swimming.
put his tooth back in.
Yeah.
I have
If
to
I was on a
wonder
boat with him,
if he never needed more than 2 barrels, why does he have 5?
two of them have
Why
to
is he
scotch.
using them?
Yeah.
The others are to put Matt Hooper's body in.
That's why he's got the
Dexter
2 bats. 'Cause they're
Explosion. Ooh, thank God I have this
If I was-
very small fire extinguisher.
If I was on a boat
Yeah, it was a small boat.
with Quint at that level of craziness being chased by a giant shark, I'd be like, I'll take my chances with a shark.
Does a boat that's ocean bound really need a fire extinguisher?
I hate to say it, but I'd be tempted
With
to
the
push
amount
this
of weed
craziness in
that
the
got
water.
smoked out in the 70s, you probably. Oh, I fell asleep smoking weed. There's a fire.
Better put it out with something.
I took too much LSD.
What could I use?
Well, I mean, he's definitely not dumping any scotch on it. He's not wasting any scotch
no.
on it.
If he threw his scotch on it, it'd probably light on fire.
Women,
Oh,
fuck.
Could be accelerant, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Explode. He's like, I'll finally put on this life preserver.
It reminds him too much of the Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. I'm going down. You two pansies, though.
yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, he dressed up for the occasion.
Buttoned his shirt up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna borrow one of the mayor's coats.
Should ask.
Blind the shark with style.
Yeah.
Bend over and I'll show ya.
I'm glad you finally asked, Quint.
What is this here, Hooper? Written
No,
What
on?
do you do with this? Do you snort this or inject it or?
It's an enema.
It's a yeah.
It's a precursor to Viagra.
Yeah.
It's a shark enema. We'll make him shit himself to death.
And 3 weeks later, he woke up in Mexico. The worst hangover of his life.
And a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Time to fight the shark on his own turf. Because things have gone so well so far.
This needed to be a montage segment. Brody rocking the guns there.
Know it. Interest.
Now wasn't this underwater scene shot with midgets so the shark looked bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah, one shot. Well, a couple of the shots, yeah.
Because it was a real shark at this point.
Yeah, Ron
And they
Valley
just find
Taylor.
their way into all kinds of movies. Good for them.
Little people. Let's be PC here, little people.
I've never really understood that.
There's a difference.
Little people to me sound so condescending.
It does.
I don't
It
know
really
why
does.
they're happy with it.
Not only that, but the definition of a midget is just somebody that's under what 4'10", and a dwarf. That's dwarfism. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah,
So
I'd
just to
rather
lump
not
them
be
all
called
into one, that's
Yeah,
kind of
man.
an insult.
Ain't got no
I just mean I don't know why they're happy being called little people. It just makes it. I don't know. To me, it makes them sound silly. It's like they're leprechauns.
So I'm not a full person, huh?
Yeah. Excuse me,
Exactly.
little guy.
But hey, if that's
Let's not open a little can of worms here, okay?
Okay, somebody's laugh is really high pitched, or I'm going crazy. What the fuck was that? Anybody else hearing that?
James has been drinking whatever Quint's drinking. So.
Hey, Pepsi.
I'm gonna get some Pepsi. Good idea.
Little Pip?
But yeah, some of these shots were with a little person in a little cage to make the real sharks.
Little cage.
Brilliant.
So,
Oh, that's menacing music.
what do you think is the best ripoff of Jaws that you like the most? Because there's been tons of them.
Oh, I don't know.
There's not.
The Reef.
I don't know why. There's been a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
Deep Blue Sea.
I'd like to see a really
Deep
good
Blue
shark
Sea.
movie. I'd like to see a really good shark movie.
Well,
I
now you
kinda wanna see.
made one called Meg. They just announced.
Yeah, I see
Well, I've heard about. There's a book called Meg they've been trying to make into a movie forever about the megalodon, but I don't know.
I think there's a book called Magnets. Or did I just hear half of something?
Meg.
Meg.
Is in Megalodon.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I came in late.
I think the movie Reef is a pretty good shark movie. I think is that the one I'm thinking of, the Australian film.
Yeah, I think that's it. I haven't seen it, but
And there's one with Halle Berry in it called like Dark Sea or Dark Sky.
I think Dark Tide.
Dark Tide. It's
Dark
actually
Tide.
not bad.
I don't know that one.
Open Water. Did y'all mention that one already?
Open Water. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh, there are 2 or 3 of those.
I don't
At
like
least-
movies like Open Water. I don't like
I think.
isolationist movies that are just all in one place.
Would Piranha
I wasn't a
count? I
big
guess
fan.
Piranha would be.
Yeah.
Piranha's good.
I wasn't a big fan of Deep Blue Sea. A lot of people like that movie. I don't like it.
I like it because
The
it's
Shark
so
Night,
dumb. It's stupid.
A lot of
That's
people, a lot of people like Shark Night. I don't get it with Shark Night.
There's an Australian movie
Yeah.
called Bait.
Bait too. Yeah, that's another one that a lot of people like that I just couldn't get into.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
that's
the difference between those movies and Jaws is Jaws is just one shark. And a lot of those other movies, there's multiple sharks.
Yeah.
Right.
What's that movie? I don't know if you guys have it, or probably because like it used to come on Space, Ryan. What was that movie about? Like the crazy billionaire that invited people to like his island and then tried to kill them off with sharks. Does anybody know what that is?
Billionaire.
Sounds cool.
Austin Powers.
See, it would come on. I just thought maybe it was a sci-fi movie or something, or sci-fi channel movie or something. Ours was called Space, and it used to come on Space all the time. And I used to always see commercials for it. There's this crazy guy, and he invites these people to his island, and then he like sets all these traps so that like they're being chased by sharks.
Sounds like House on Haunted Hill.
It is, but with sharks.
It is. Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Oh, shit.
I can't think of what it's called. It's
In the book, Hooper,
Yeah, go ahead.
in the book, Hooper dies at this point. In the
Yeah.
book, he gets eaten by the
He
shark.
should have just died when that beam hit him.
He was protected by the Lord. Getting shit done
So
now.
we're coming up on a very iconic moment in the film.
Most definitely.
Smile, you motherfucker!
I think that's the line.
That's
That's
not the correct reading. That's not the correct
Smile, Eagle Talon.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If they made it now, it'd be like YOLO.
Oh, that's awesome. The shark is humping the boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Humping it into.
and then after the shark blew up, it'd be like swag.
Yeah. Swag.
Nope.
I know. During the bonding scene, they would have all been like taking selfies with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta tweet this. Great,
Awesome.
great World War II story, Quint.
Let me tweet out these scars.
We tweet out these scars.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look at my Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, some
This is
boss.
awesome.
Actually, I've run out of terminology. I don't know the good words.
He's got that machete buried hilt deep in his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Oh, guts are all over the place. It's awesome.
Die, Quint.
First time I
Whoa.
saw this movie when the boat's slowly sinking, I was like, what the fuck's gonna happen? I was like 12, but it's pretty epic. Got me on the edge of my seat. You know what I'm saying?
This was last week.
That's how Quint would have wanted to go, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Quint would have wanted to
Fighting a
Quint
shark with a
was
machete.
one
Get a little bit of Quint in your teeth.
Yeah. I'm gonna be tasting this Quint
Get
for
him
a
in the
week.
dick.
Yeah, this Quint tastes like shit.
go.
It's like
think I'm
fucking
drunk.
garbage.
Probably because he's an old drunk that never bathed.
Yeah, that's what actually killed Jaws. Once the
Hepatitis.
alcohol from his body went into his, he's like, oh, he just died.
So
Oh,
It's
Quint
worse
really
than all those
exploded,
dirty
not the bottom.
hippies I was eating.
Quint, Jaws died of hepatitis later in the film.
Jaws got the clap. Just pass the fuck out.
Hep B
Yep.
you get from like fucking shit and stuff.
Uh,
That's right. Get to high ground.
That's where I would have been like the whole time.
yeah.
The second the boat took this much water, I'd already been up the mast.
yeah.
I am not coming down there. You guys kill it.
I keep climbing,
YOLO.
but it keeps getting closer to the water.
I would have died.
Is
of
he
fear,
roaring
I
at this
think, by
point?
now.
I can't hear.
I think it just might have been a.
Jaws is damn determined too. Give him credit. I mean, he's getting stabbed in the face and all this. He doesn't have to be there, but like, I'm going to eat you, you bastard.
I think that would have been a moment when any reasonable person would have lost control of their bowels.
Yeah.
I know. I wish more movies reflected that, don't you?
You would have filled Jaws' mouth with feces.
Yes. Oh, it would happen.
I would have felt so much better seeing Michael Myers' victims shit themselves as they died.
Yes.
That ain't pretty.
Now, even though this
That's
movie
one
is
thing
preposterous,
Stephen King never leaves
it's
out
awesome.
any books. I can't ever
Insert
read
TV
a
edit here. Best one you've ever heard. Go.
Here comes.
I can't ever read a Stephen King book without somebody dying and Stephen King always pointing out that their bowels are releasing. He's always got to get that in there.
Gotta get that in there. Especially
Like, I'm
in
reading
dream
Under the Dome
catcher.
right now, and the first person that dies, it's just like, there she goes shitting herself. I'm like, great. Yeah, I talked right through the great scene.
About poop.
That's good writing.
Yeah.
Stephen King and his scatological
Did
obsession.
Jaws poop itself?
Oh, I'm sure.
Is that poop?
That's what
They
that
snapped out a
is.
big chunk of a Quint.
Yeah.
God.
He did eat Hooper. Whole.
I say in today's cinema, it would have been Quint's head coming in 3D at the screen out of the explosion.
Yeah.
I kind of would have liked that, if I'm going to be honest. That I would have liked, you know?
What I missed? What I missed?
Yeah.
Hi guys.
1 out of 5. Overrated. Would not
Jimmy
watch.
Fallon did
Hi,
it.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Would not watch.
Oh, by the way, Jimmy Fallon's in the Jurassic Park movie, so
Yeah.
look forward to that.
Yikes.
He's kind of
Spoilers.
randomly pops up.
I'm not gonna watch it now.
Look what you did, Cole. Yeah.
I don't want to know how, but that Joel McHale guy is in the new X-Files show.
This is a new X-Files show?
Yeah, they're filming it now.
Well, you must be freaking out.
I'm freaking out.
He plays Duncan.
Well, you were like obsessed with that show. That was like your favorite show.
Yeah.
He
I
plays
watched
What
one
do
of
you
your
guys think of
podcasts.
plays
It
Mulder's
was so boring
sister.
because all you did was talk about how much you love the X-Files, so I had to turn it off.
What did you guys think when Carrot Top popped up in Jurassic World?
That was a good moment, actually. I thought that was very tastefully done.
I'm really not gonna watch it now.
He's not in it.
He's not.
And when Kanye West saved the day, that was the best.
He stole
In
the
his
microphone
leather
from
sweatpants.
Blu-ray.
Oh, did they say the last lines yet?
Yo, Dino, I'm gonna let you finish.
Not yet.
But
First,
These rappers though, they the shit, son.
Tyrannosaurus
Oh, there it
Rex
is.
was the greatest
T-Rex.
dinosaur of all time.
No, if Kanye was in the movie, the only way it would have been entertaining it because he was being eaten alive and screaming like a bitch.
Now then, the T-Rex would have ran
Bruce
over.
Jenner.
If he would have ate the Kanye West, the T-Rex would have ran into the corner and started licking his ass to get the taste.
with his
out.
auto-tune. No.
The movie's over,
Yeah.
guys. The movie's over.
The
Movies are
Excellent
so
film.
We've ruined
one of
another
the
one of
most-
your favorite movies, everyone.
Well, the last thing I said is T-Rex looking ass. So, thank you.
Guarantee you'll never find another Jaws commentary like this one.
Yes. Universal, when you do put out the 40th anniversary Blu-ray,
Live
let us
shark
know.
footage.
We are available.
Panavision over.
I think they would probably get a
Oh,
protection order against us.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
We've already got the World War II people after us.
And midgets. And deaf people.
Yeah,
Deaf,
Every race of people on Earth.
deaf midget World
little-
War II veterans.
The little people community.
Hey, we
never-
did everything we could for the
Hey,
deaf
yes, man.
people on this one. I thought we really bent over backwards for the deaf.
Oh man, I've been over backwards.
Yeah. Interpret that how you will.
Let's see what we've got going on out in Sausage Factory Nation, people. Christopher Walker says the first time I saw Jaws was when I was 8 years old. I borrowed my dad's collector's edition DVD and was blown away.
Literally.
Nice. Jaws.
Wow.
Jaws.
Awesome 50 tells us that when Jaws first came on television in the UK, it was watched by 23 million people in 1981.
Nice.
Beat it.
Boom, boom.
Well, I told the story before, but I'll tell it now, I guess, just for the benefit of people that haven't heard it, and about how I came to sort of like Jaws. Like, okay, so I grew up, obviously, it's a huge movie. I knew it, saw it on TV a lot and stuff, but maybe I just never paid as much attention to it. I liked it, but maybe I never, maybe I just didn't, again, pay enough attention to it, stuff like that. So I thought it was a good movie. So, about 7 or 8 years ago in the summer, a couple weeks before, I've mentioned the Atlantic Film Festival happens here in Halifax, and I always try to go to that and see a bunch of stuff and, new films and films by people around here. But also what they'll often do is they'll re-show classic movies, and that's how I've seen some of the older movies in theaters and stuff. But this was a really good event. This is towards the end of August, and what was different was instead of it just being in a theater, it was down at down on the water, downtown in a place called Pier 21, which I've mentioned before, which is kind of like Canada's Ellis Island in a way, because it was sort of the gateway to North America for a lot of immigrants that came on by boat in the first half of the 20th century. Pier 21, and it's sort of it's a historical site now. There's a little museum down there. So anyway, for this event, what they were going to do was they were doing a double bill of Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Jaws, and they were going to project it on the back of Pier 21, and they had seats set up outside. So I went down with a friend and started just a level after dark about 9. Indiana Jones is the reason I went. It wasn't for Jaws. It was because I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, and the idea of seeing it there was great. And there was tons of people there and stuff like that. And we went and got pretty good seats, I guess. And obviously I really enjoyed Indiana Jones. But then when that movie ended, there was about a 15-20 minute, it was near midnight, there was about a 15-20 minute intermission, and a lot of people left, like people, families that had brought young kids and stuff, they left, but other people stuck around. Anyway, and so I started to play Jaws, and maybe it was the first time in a while that I paid attention to it, and as I said, what made it special, though, was that it was late August, which is already cool enough here, and it wasn't really, it was a damp night anyway, and it was down right on the harbor. So the whole last act of that movie, the third, it just brought a whole new feeling to me, because it almost felt like I was on the boat with them, because it was sort of cool and damp. I could literally hear the harbor behind me and stuff like that. So that experience is always really what turned me on to Jaws, which is kind of an extreme thing. I know you shouldn't have to go through something that much. But anyway, like I said, it was really the movie that sort of made me appreciate Jaws and realize just how great it is and stuff. Anyway, it's just one of the best movie experiences I've ever had anyway. It was just really cool and unique to see that movie under those conditions. So I've told the story before, but if I bring it up. Thanks, it works.
That's good, man.
That's good.
John Avenger's watching with us tonight. How you doing, buddy? He says he's missed us. He says, Jaws, what can I say about it? It's a classic creature feature. Love the cast, the score, the atmosphere, and the story. Also like Jaws 2 and 3, and Jaws Revenge can suck it. We've had a couple people ask for a Jaws the Revenge live commentary, which I promise you it will happen.
And it's next.
Sooner or later.
Okay.
Let's keep this going.
Put it in. Put it in. Oh wait,
Now I've got to download something.
Jay doesn't have that on Voodoo.
For some reason, I don't own it. Somehow it's not my collection.
I made a purchase.
Our buddy Indy Phantom's watching tonight. He says it's glad to see us. He's glad to see us back together for a show this soon, and he's loving what he's hearing. So thanks for tuning in. Tim is watching us tonight. Jason Freddy, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for the promo. We appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So closing thoughts on Jaws. Anybody and everybody.
I'll go first. Bam.
Go ahead.
The movie I can watch over and over and over. And as a matter of fact, I used to, like, probably every other day. One summer I watched it, like, literally every other day. I don't know why. I just did. Because it's epic. That's why. That's all I gotta say. Awesome. If you think it's too slow, you're a fucking idiot. There you go.
Word.
There you go.
I always kind of like, I always saw them on television, you know, with the sequels, so, you know, it wasn't until I got older that I actually, you know, was able to respect this one for what it is. But, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite films. In my opinion, one of the best films ever made, by far.
Yeah. I totally agree. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I always thought Jaws is the best creature feature ever made. I mean, I know I love Wolfman and Creature from the Black Lagoon, but Jaws just kind of knocked it out of the park with the monster on the loose style thing. It's got good humor in it, good acting. It's a masterpiece. There's not too many of those around, but it's definitely up there in my top 10 of all time.
Oh, definitely. Raiho?
I think it could have been better. They could have given the shark a jetpack and 2 chainsaws. I mean,
it's a freaking laser.
Kind of slow.
Need more explosions.
I think it's been brought up a couple of times now. It's one of those movies that I can literally watch whenever it's on. I could watch it again right now, probably. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. And I like that Mike just said creature feature, because it totally is. It is like this kind of real world setting and everything like that, but it really is a monster movie, and I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah. What about you, James?
You know, it's definitely in my top 10 films of all time. It's one of, if not my favorite summer blockbuster. It's a toss-up between that and Jurassic Park, but one of the best creature feature. I mean, it's just an overall great movie. I watch it 2 or 3 times a year. I always have. So, yeah, really, really a great film.
Yeah. What do you think, Rambo?
Just a classic movie. Great characters, great performances, music, everything. Unfortunately, they don't know how to make movies like this anymore, in my personal opinion. Not only just, you don't see a lot of, quote, creature features that get in the theaters, but just, let alone movies that are this well done, well directed, people who look normal and are characters they can act. And, yeah, it's kind of sad because you're not going to see a movie like this anymore, but it's a movie I can watch anytime, like other people have said, and it's I find nothing wrong with it.
Amen.
What about you, Cole?
Can't really say anything that's already been said, but hasn't already been said. But I guess I can just reaffirm it. It's sort of, like I said, it's just something that just succeeds across the board. Like, it's not my favorite movie. It's not the movie I think is the best movie ever made either. And sometimes, because I think usually most of us, our favorite movie is what we think is the best anyway. Some people are, but anyway, I don't think it's either of those things. But it's just overall excellent in everything it does, like as Rambo and stuff like that. The story, the characters, the setting, the pacing of the action, and stuff like that. It's just a movie I often use as like an example when I bring up to people like a movie that I think is sort of like perfectly executed. In that, like, it won't be my favorite movie because I've got movies that have other things I like more in them, obviously. But I don't. Even some of my movies that I like more, probably still most of them have like things that I perceive as flaws or things that I think are probably a little weak or something. But I don't mind because I like the movie so much anyway. It overcomes them. I don't think Jaws has problems or flaws or weaknesses. I think it's just start to finish perfectly constructed. So yeah, like I said, when I'm talking to people on the subject of movies and how they're made and stuff like that, Jaws is always jumps right to mind to me. It's like just like this is how you execute a movie.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's one of those movies. Probably the movie I've seen the most in my life, with like The Lost Boys in a close second. It was just one that was constantly playing, either me watching it or just kind of playing in the background as a kid. So it's just a special movie for me on a variety of levels, and it was awesome to share the movie with watching the movie with all you guys tonight and all you guys at home, and yeah, so a great movie.
No, and like I said, I really appreciate the whole if it was a different sort of movie, if they made a different sort of movie that was supposed to be like, again, a modern retelling, condensed version of Moby Dick, I'd be like, fuck that. We don't need that. But the way Jaws does it is just great. Like, I love how they do it, I think it actually really pays a lot of tribute to Moby Dick in a great way, and I think there's probably a lot of people that like Jaws so much that made them want to see the Moby Dick movie and read the book and stuff like that. I mean, they're vastly different in a lot of ways, but they're the same core. And like I said, I appreciate it for that reason too, because there's certain movies that are supposed to be like an homage to something and they get it wrong, but I really like how they do this.
And to echo what a lot of you guys said, it's definitely one of those movies you can watch over and over again. We just watched it, and I'm actually excited to go see it on the big screen next week. I mean, it's like, it's awesome.
Yeah, it never gets old. I mean, you can't say that about a lot of movies that you can just watch and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch and and just have that level of enjoyment watching for the 100th time as you did for maybe not the first time, but the second time, the third time.
We got the Star Wars and Jaws and for me Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Top.
Yeah. Just a phenomenal movie, a great movie, a movie that's very deserving of its iconic stature, of its classic status. What else is there to say about Jaws? It's an amazing film, hands down. So, want to thank all you guys for hanging out with me tonight and watching the film and celebrating the 40th anniversary of its release, which is actually on the 20th, which is Sunday.
Yep.
So
Saturday.
Actually.
Saturday. Okay. Yeah. So, and thanks to all you guys who joined in tonight, who watched the film with us. We appreciate it. And until we see you guys again a little later on this summer when we do our summer movie recap. You guys have a great summer, a safe summer, and we'll see you in a couple of months. So, have a great one. Till next time.
Later.
Oh, the fucking shark?
You're gonna be through hell.